Anticipated that former President Trump will also take the witness stand when the trial reconvenes in Manhattan on Monday. Ivanka Trump's planned testimony in her father's trial will also proceed despite her attempt to prevent it. An appeals court dismissed Ivanka's request to be excused from testifying in the trial, the decision made without providing a specific reason. Even the first ever win for the Texas Rangers couldn't pull in ratings.
According to the Nielsen ratings numbers, the 2023 World Series between the World Series winning Rangers and the Arizona Diamondbacks was the least watched in recorded TV history, averaging 9.11 million viewers. That was down 23% from last year's series that featured the Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies. I'm Corey Myers.
This is USA News.
Is your prostate waking you up more often than your alarm clock? The fact is, the older you get, the more likely you'll have prostate problems, which can affect your everyday life. That's where Prostate Complete by Real Health comes in. Prostate Complete is the result of 20 years of experience as a leader in men's health. The powerful formula in Prostate Complete supports natural prostate function and reduced urinary urges for a better quality of life. Available at Walmart. Visit prostateoneperday.com for special offers. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Anticipated holiday spending is poised to reach unprecedented heights this year. According to the National Retail Federation, holiday sales in November and December are projected to reach around $960 billion or more. The NRF attributes this to the fact that most Americans' household finances remain in good shape, resulting in an expected growth rate of 3 to 4% over 2022. This holiday spending forecast aligns with the pre-COVID-19 pandemic average annual increase of 3.6%. A saltwater lake has reappeared in Death Valley, California. Lance Pry explains.
Badwater Basin in Death Valley is a 2.5-hour drive west of Las Vegas, Nevada, in Death Valley, California. It's the lowest point in North America at 282 feet below sea level. Badwater Basin is normally a salt flat left behind from an ancient lake. Well, that lake is back when Hurricane Hillary dropped over 2 inches of rain in 24 hours on Death Valley in mid-August. The lake is now covering 8 square miles. Unfortunately, it's only a few inches deep and will likely evaporate before another El Niño storm hits the region.
Tonight marks the start of the inaugural NBA in-season tournament. All 30 teams are set to participate, with Tuesday and Friday games in November designated as group play matches. The winners of the 6 groups, along with 2 wildcard teams, will progress to the quarterfinals in December. The championship game is scheduled for December 7th, and it will be held in Las Vegas. I'm John Schaefer, USA News.
Omaha Steaks Burger Perfection Flight, made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks, rewrites the book on burgers. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout for an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping when you order the $79.99 Burger Perfection Flight. A fantastic array of pure ground steak on a bun burger greatness. For $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight, use promo code TREAT at checkout at omahasteaks.com and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
This is Ron Barr. Be sure to check out Sports Byline and the 8 Side Network's outstanding 8-part podcast series, Behind the Barrier, Voices from the Negro Leagues. Hear Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, and others share their stories of the Negro Leagues, the challenges that the players face, and the importance of Negro League baseball to the game's history. Behind the Barrier is available now on the iHeart Podcast Network and all podcast platforms, including Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Stitcher, and Pandora. Check out Behind the Barrier.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
Paid for by Steel Man Pills. 800-965-1295. 800-965-1295. 800-965-1295.
Welcome to this week's edition of the OHSAA Football Playoff Preview Show. Now from Columbus, here's Marty Bannister.
The high school football regular season is over. Conference championships have been decided, and now it's time for the second season, which is the Ohio High School Athletic Association State Playoffs. We welcome you to this week's edition of the OHSA Football Playoff Preview Show. I'm your host, Marty Bannister, and thanks for being with us for the next 30 minutes as we set the scene all across the state of Ohio for this week's playoff games. Back in August, 708 schools began the season, and now 448 of those schools will enter the 52nd annual OHSA Football Playoffs. In this week's show, we'll talk with the OHSA's football administrator, Bo Rugg, about the OHSA Football Playoffs, and we'll get reports from around the state to set the scene in your region. As a reminder that all playoff games during this season are on Friday nights, and all games will kick at 7 o'clock unless otherwise noted. First, though, let's step aside for these messages from the Ohio High School Athletic Association. When we return, we'll chat with Bo Rugg. You are listening to the OHSAA Football Playoff Preview Show.
You practice hard, you play hard, you're always reaching for your goals. You reach for the next point, the next yard, the next win. And after the game, reach for low-fat chocolate milk. It has the fluids to rehydrate you, the right mix of protein and carbs to refuel you, and the vitamins and minerals to help you build strong bones and bodies. Fuel up with chocolate milk. For more information, visit drink-milk.com.
The Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Pro Football Hall of Fame invite you to the 2022 Football State Championship Games in Canton at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Log on to ohsaa.org for information on the playoffs, state championship games, and tickets, including indoor stadium club passes. Make it a weekend to remember in Canton with the Pro Football Hall of Fame and the OHSAA Football State Championships.
Spectrum News 1, a new kind of news channel, dedicated, refreshing storytelling and empowering communities across the Buckeye State. With your local forecast every 10 minutes and all of the essential news you need 24/7. Plus, in-depth shows and exclusives focused on your community. Always Ohio, always refreshing, always on. We are Spectrum News 1, exclusively on Spectrum.
Hey football fans, now's the perfect time to rush to Canton to visit the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Located only a short drive away, the hall provides experiences you can't get anywhere else. Enjoy the Super Bowl theater, the Game for Life holographic experience, interactive displays, one-of-a-kind memorabilia, and lots more. The hall is open 7 days a week, so what are you waiting for? Get off the bench and get into the game. Tickets are available right now at profootballhof.com.
Welcome back to the OHSAA Football Playoff Preview Show. For the OHSAA Radio Network, here's Marty Bannister.
And we would like to thank all of our show sponsors, including the OHSAA Radio Network, which will broadcast all 7 state football championship games live from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton starting on November 30th and then on December 1st and December 2nd. Tickets are on sale at ohsaa.org/tickets. We recently caught up with the OHSAA's football administrator, Bo Rugg, to talk about the 2023 high school football season in Ohio and as well to look at the playoffs. My conversation now with the OHSAA's Bo Rugg.
Bo, let's talk. It's playoff time in Ohio, and that's an exciting time in the state of Ohio for high school football. It's really what everybody kind of gears their seasons toward, and you can kind of feel that coming down the stretch, can't you? You go out and watch games, you see different games, and you kind of get that feeling that we're into playoff time.
Yeah, it really happens not only when you're out watching games, but during the week. I'm getting a lot of, whether it's emails or calls or texts about certain things, especially about what happens if this team wins this and how does that affect my points and are we going to host? And everybody's excited, and it is an exciting time.
We'll get into a lot of the whys and why things are done playoff-wise, but when you said teams that host, and I think it's a very interesting point to bring up because there's no question. Schools that get the chance to host in those first couple of rounds, that's a big deal for them, isn't it?
It's a huge deal. It's a culmination of something that they get to stay at home and they get to have that tournament game at their site. We like to say it's supposed to be neutral for as many things as you can, but it is at your site. And so that's something that they value very much. And those that in the top 4 in each region are, if they win, they're going to be home 2 weeks in a row. That's a big deal.
And it's exciting for the community. It's exciting for the players. It's a big thing. I think it's one of the great things about the way Ohio stages the playoffs is giving those teams a chance to host. Has there been any consideration, Bo, to maybe taking that deeper into the playoffs?
We've talked about different things about that. The coaches really like the neutral sites as they go further along. And they feel that the home site is a big advantage. And we see that in a lot of sports, and I understand that. And I know that in lacrosse we go all the way through the regional final in home sites, and coaches don't like that. They think that's too much of an advantage. So I think they like the neutral when we go to it. It's the right time in regional semi, and they're excited about it. As long as we can get the sites, it also brings another community into the mix to be able to host and really kind of highlight our nice sites. We're guaranteed when we get to that round, at least the last 10, 12 years, that we're going to have a good site with a good field.
And that takes me to my next question, site selection. I know it's something you get a lot of feedback on that from, well, I think coaches. You get it certainly from fans, certainly on social media. Maybe take us through some of the steps. What goes into selecting a site to host after you get to the neutral round?
Yeah, we have a committee of people, and it's really a good group right now. I have representatives from each district helping me, athletic directors. The great thing about that is, can we use this site? They'll be texting their friend, can we come there? and we get that answer much faster than we used to be able to get it. But the key thing is who puts in to host, number one. And then once we get a game, we're looking at what's the best site between these two that will hold the game. Certainly in some teams, some schools, we have some things that you've got to have a size. Others, the size of the facility isn't going to matter, so location might be the best thing there. But if size is a consideration, location is what's our best total travel situation. We may have one going 40 minutes and one going an hour and 10, and that's really good, versus both of them going an hour and 20. But we get that from schools. They're traveling shorter than we are. You know what? 20 more minutes on a bus ain't going to make a difference. Both of you are on the bus. Both of you have to get on, schedule it, get there. It's not a big deal. And that's what it's about. So we want to get it to where both communities can get there easily and have a great game.
How much does the field turf surface play into this? Because most games now, most schools have that. Well, maybe not most, but it's a large number of schools, I should say, have field turf surface.
We haven't had a grass field neutral site game, I don't believe, since 2013. So if that tells you anything. And we've had some times when schools reached out to me and said, these two schools are in our league, we'd love to host this game. And I took it to the two schools, and they said, we appreciate that, but we want to be on, because it was a natural grass field. We're in good shape for this or that, but we want to be on the surface we know is going to be, because if it snows or rains on Thursday,
right,
it is what it is. And so we're very lucky that we do have a lot of fields that we can get them on a surface that we know they can play on.
Another change this year, all games have moved to Friday nights. Let's go through the steps of that. Where did that come from, and what's the idea behind that move?
Yeah, interestingly, I have a committee from the Coaches Association. It's called the Tournament Playoff Committee, and they brought it up to me. And we tried it in 2017, trying to kind of own Friday nights, so to speak. And I said, I'm happy to do it. It's actually better for us logistically. The only people it really puts at a disadvantage are two groups, or two people, I should say, two groups. One group, media, and the other person is me. I can't go to as many games. That's it. Other than that, our officials were better off because we don't have the conflict on the D3 officials on Saturday night. Our schools are used to hosting on Friday night. They're used to playing on Friday night. That's why the coaches wanted it. But the big thing for me was the coaches saying, look, in our world, this is what happens. We play on Friday night. Saturday, we take off. Family, whatever. Sunday, we're right back in. Video, practice. Monday, we're back in school. You play on Saturday night, you don't have that because you're back in school Monday, no matter what. And that's what was brought up to me, and I'm like, wow, that was impactful. And if the schools want this and want it, I think it's a great thing because I think we need to really try to own Friday night. Yeah, we got some NCAAs that are trying to play on Friday night, but I think they take more grief for that than they get positives for that. They get positives from a money TV deal, but ours is that's when the communities want to do this. And so we're excited about it. We'll see how we go through this year. But we've already been Friday only for the first 2 rounds the last couple of years, and that's proved to be very, very good. So we're excited about it.
I thought the point about the coaches was very important because, and you know this from your years being around the sport, if there's ever a sport that's where you have creatures of habit, it's football.
100%.
Practice, play, and then that practice, and losing another day than playing, it makes a big difference for a team, doesn't it?
It's a huge difference. Yeah. And we want them to be as comfortable as they can be. They don't need any other distractions. They're under enough pressure.
Absolutely. But as we wrap up, let's get a look into your week as we get ready for the open of playoffs. I know you have so many things on your plate. You love to get out and watch high school football games. You do that during the season. But what's your week like leading up to the opening of the playoffs?
Yeah, the first thing about it when we're in playoffs, and we just had a meeting about Sunday. So what's Sunday going to be like? Sunday we've got to get all the schools, all the final Harbin ratings. The schools get a chance until Sunday at 10 a.m. to challenge anything in Harbin. We do that. We get the teams loaded into the schedule. We get all the officials assigned. And then, that starts the week. And then, so that starts the week, and then issues. I've got an issue because I can't work the game, and so a lot of officials things throughout the week to make sure we have all the crews set. Don't have a lot of stuff about teams. We do have a meeting on this Sunday, with all the first-round hosts, and that helps. But during the week, as we go along in the playoffs, then we're sending them the footballs to each team and to the site and whatever the site needs, those types of things. So that's early in the week. And then as we get closer to the actual game day, I'm deciding on what games I'm going to go to, and we have I'll get to 2 or 3 sites, and I'll decide that midweek. We have a group of observers that we have to get assigned to each site, and we have district coordinators for those observers to get them there. And then that's the first week. And then after the first week, it's looking at reports during that time and then sending and going through the same process as we go. So it's a process with school scheduling, official scheduling, and then scheduling how we're getting out to watch games is all part of it.
It's an exciting time of year, isn't it?
It's the best.
It's the best, absolutely. Bo Rugg, thanks for your time. Appreciate it as always.
And once again, we'd like to thank Bo Rugg for his time. Now let's allow our local stations to share a few messages from their local sponsors. When we return, we'll hear from radio announcers around the state. You are listening to the OHSAA Football Playoff Preview Show.
The year was 1907. The Chicago Cubs won the World Series, and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. A lot has changed since 1907, but not the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. Since 1907, the OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Ohio high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Ohio.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
How do you define strength? Is it physical? Or is it mental? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's whatever empowers a person to dig deeper, fight harder, and overcome obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. Discover how much stronger and more confident your children can be. Encourage them to participate in a sport when they go to high school.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the OHSAA Football Playoff Preview Show. For the OHSAA Radio Network, here's Marty Bannister.
All right, let's get down to business and start previewing the opening round of games, which start this Friday night all across Ohio. Friday night, Spectrum News 1 will televise 3 first-round games. In Northeast Ohio, Cleveland, St. Ignatius, and Mentor will get together. In Central Ohio, it's an Ohio Capital Conference regular season rematch as Grove City visits Hilliard-Davidson. And in Southwest Ohio, it's a Greater Western Ohio Conference regular season rematch as Springfield travels to Huber Heights to face the Warriors of Wayne. In addition, 15 games will be streamed live by Spectrum on OHSAA.tv. The NFHS Network will also stream up to 20 playoff games on Friday night. Search Ohio at nfhsnetwork.com for details. Now it's time to break down the first round of the regional playoffs from across the state and get regional reports from broadcasters. A reminder that all playoff games in the first round and all throughout the playoffs are on Friday nights and will kick off at 7 o'clock. First of all, let's check on that. Let's check on how to talk. All right, again, intro here in 3, 2. And now it's time to break down the first round of the regional... I can't talk all of a sudden. 3, 2. And now it's time to break down the first round of the regional playoffs across Ohio and get regional reports from broadcasters. A reminder that all playoff games are on Friday nights this year and all kick at 7 o'clock. Let's head to the southeastern part of the state now and get an update from our friend Aaron Cassidy.
Thanks, Marty. It has been a fantastic season here in Southeast Ohio for high school football. We'll start in Division III, Region 11, where the Jackson Ironmen take on the Marietta Tigers. The Tigers qualifying for the state playoffs for the first time in 21 years and just the second time in school history. Another good story out of this region is the Athens Bulldogs, who qualify at 6-4 on the season, and they'll be the number 12 seed. One of the toughest regions in the state of Ohio, Division 4, Region 15. 3 teams from Southeast Ohio qualify. Gallia Academy will be the number 9 seed. Vinton County, with a 9-1 record, will be the 12 seed. And it'll be the Morgan Raiders for the second straight year qualifying for the playoffs. They will be the number 14 seed. A region that is loaded with talent, Division 5, Region 19. They have 4 teams in the playoffs. Portsmouth West is the number 9 seed. Portsmouth is the number 11 seed. South Point is number 15, and it's the Ironton Tigers, maybe one of the best teams in Division 5. They are the number 2 seed in this region. In Division 6, Region 23, a name known around the state of Ohio, the Fort Fry Cadets, coming off a Final Four appearance. They'll be the number 3 team in this region. They will also be joined by Nelsonville York, who makes another playoff appearance, along with the Trimble Tomcats at the number 10 seed. Finally, top-seeded Caldwell will be in Division 7, Region 27. Then there'll be 6 other teams from Southeast Ohio in this Division 7, Region 27 as well, including Waterford, Monroe Central, South Gallia, along with Southern and Sciotaville. Reporting for the OHSAA Radio Network and for WMOA, I'm Aaron Cassidy.
Aaron, thank you. Let's move to the northeast part of the state. Former Ohio State Buckeye TJ Downing has our start counting report.
The leaves are falling and a colder shade of weather is taking over Northeast Ohio, and you know what that means. It's time for the Ohio High School Athletic Association State Football Playoffs. I'm TJ Downing with Stark Media, and here's your Week 1 playoff preview. The Massillon Tigers last week defeated the McKinley Bulldogs 35-0 in the greatest rivalry in high school football. That gave the Tigers a 1 seed inside of Division 2 Region 7, and they will host Central Crossing out of Grove City. For the McKinley Bulldogs, a 4 seed, they will host Strongsville in the same region as defending state champion Lakewood St. Edward. Also around the area, a couple 9-8 matchups to keep your eye on. Canton Glen Oak will host Lorraine. 3-time state champion Central Catholic will host Cardinal, just celebrating 35 years of their first 88 state championship football team for the Crusaders. A 1 seed in the area, the Canton South Wildcats just capped off a perfect regular season, going 10-0 by defeating the Northwest Indians in Canal Fulton 48-28. The 1 seed will now allow them to host the Northwest Indians at Breck Bueller Stadium this Friday night. Also, the Fairless Falcons will travel to defending state champion South Range. And another one to keep your eye on, Garaway out of the IVC. A 1 seed will host Rock Hill out of Ironton. Last one to keep you up to speed on, last year the Jackson Polar Bears would defeat Berea Mid-Park in one of their very few playoff victories in school history. This year, this Friday, they will travel to Berea Mid-Park. I'm TJ Downing, and this is your playoff preview.
Now let's check out the Cleveland area. Here's Matt Gould.
In the Northeast, we have a slew of state title contenders, including 2 defending champions. We'll start in Division I with the heavy favorite there, Lakewood St. Edward, looking for the three-peat. They got that big offensive line, including 3 Power 5 commits. Michigan-bound right tackle Ben Roebuck is a third-year starter over there. And the twins, Deontay and Devontae Armstrong, committed to Ohio State on the left side. St. Edward is coming off of a big Week 10 win at Akron Archbishop Hoban, a game that Max Preps had pegged as the #1 game in the country. And speak of Hoban, they're among a trio of title contenders in Division II. Hoban's looking to get back, make their what could be their 4th straight trip to the finals, losing the last 2 to Toledo Central Catholic and Cincinnati Whitten Woods. They could be a Final Four team, a heavy favorite coming out of Region 5. Avon, a heavy favorite in Region 6. Coach Mike Elder's Eagles were made 5 of the last 6 Final Fours. That ended last year against Toledo Central Catholic, but they could get back. Massillon, of course, is the #1 ranked team in the Associated Press state poll for Division II. But speaking of Toledo Central Catholic, that team that won it all, they're now in Division III, a heavy favorite coming out of Region 10. It might be tough for a Northeast Ohio team to beat them, but Region 9 is loaded. And of course, we got Youngstown Ursuline, which got to the finals 2 years ago. And then there's Kenston, Chardon, Aurora. It's a pretty loaded Region 9 over there. Division 4, got the defending state champions, Glenville. Ted Ginn Sr. had a junior-laden squad last year when they got to Canton. Those guys are back, including 2 Ohio State commits and Bryce West at cornerback and Damarion Witten at receiver. Division 5, the #1 ranked team there, Perry, coached by Bob Gesowich. Some folks in Columbus might remember him from his time at Dublin Jerome. And Perry beat Kirtland this year, the Hornets only lost, and of course Kirtland, a favorite in Division 6. The #1 ranked team in the AP state poll there as well. Tigler Verdi's got another squad rolling that we could see in Canton.
To the Lima area and the northwest part of the state, here's the one and only voice of the Bowling Green Falcons, Todd Walker.
If you're talking playoff football in Ohio, you're talking about Marion Local. They've won 13 state championships each of the last 2 years. They've been state champs. They've won 42 games in a row. They begin what is expected to be a Division 7 state championship run, hosting Tri-County North. Division 7's Region 26 is the most competitive in the state. Fantastic 50 has 3 teams with a 20% chance or better to win the region: PG, LCC, and Macomb. Pandora Gilboa is home for Lipsick. LCC will host Ayersville, and then Macomb is home for USV. Moving up to Division 6, Region 22, Columbus Grove and Bluffton, the 1 and 2 seeds. Grove just beat Bluffton for the NWC title last week. They're heavy favorites to meet for the regional crown in a few weeks. Tonight, Grove hosts Lakota and Bluffton hosts Paulding. As for Division 6, another team to look out for is Versailles out of the MAC. They are in Region 24. They host Troy Christian. 8 of the 10 schools in the Midwest Athletic Conference made the playoffs, including Coldwater in Division 5. They host Indian Lake. 6 of 8 teams, by the way, out of the Northwest Conference are in. Western Buckeye League, 7 of their 10 teams made it, including Region 12, Division 3, Wapakoneta and Salina, the co-champs, home for New Richmond and Hillsboro. Second ever home playoff game coming up for Lima Senior after winning the Toledo City League in their first year in the league. Lima Senior will host Xenia, and Findlay, coming off its first 8-win season since 2012, will be home for Olentangy Liberty. And that's a look at the playoff situation in and around Lima. My name's Todd Walker reporting from 1150 WIMA.
And as we wrap things up, let's check out how things look in the opening round in Central Ohio. From WBNS Radio, here's Ryan Baker.
66 teams in Central Ohio spanning 10 regions made the postseason this year. Central Ohio has number 1 seeds in regions 2, 3, and 11 as Olentangy, Gahanna, and Bishop Watterson hold the top spots. Gahanna, the defending region champion in region 3, lost to eventual state champion Lakewood St. Ed's in the state semis last year. The other defending regional champion is Bloom Carroll in Region 11. The Bulldogs, who lost to Canfield in the state title game, are the number 5 seed in an absolutely loaded region. There are a couple of opening round rematches in Regions 2 and 3. In Region 2, top-seeded Olentangy hosts the 16 Dublin Jerome. The Braves won that one 35-20 in Week 9. Also in Week 9, the number 2 seed Olentangy Berlin beat 15th-seeded Marysville 34-14. In Region 3, top-seeded Gahanna beat Reynoldsburg 49-6 in Week 4, and the number 3 seed Pickerington North beat 14th-seeded Westerville Central 16-14 in Week number 6. For high school football overtime on 97.1 The Fan, I'm Ryan Baker.
Gentlemen, thank all of you for your efforts and your reports, and that will do it for this week's look at the first-round playoff reports from across the state of Ohio. Let's step aside for a few messages from the OHSAA, and when we come back, we'll wrap up this edition of the OHSAA Football Playoff Preview Show.
Hi, I'm Anthony Munoz. I didn't make it into the Pro Football Hall of Fame by letting drugs and alcohol affect my ability to play. I brought my A game every time, and that's what you should do when sharing the road. That means never getting behind the wheel under the influence and wearing your seatbelt, because it's always the best defense against a drunk driver. So whether you're driving around town or to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, never let impaired driving take you out of the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety.
School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The game is over, but this time, instead of asking how many goals did you score or what were your stats, try asking these questions. Were you a good teammate? Were you coachable? Did you give 100%? And did you have fun? Because those are the values that school sports instill in Ohio's young people, where winning and losing are secondary to the life lessons that will stay with kids long after their playing days are over. This is the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Educate through sports.
You practice hard, you play hard, you're always reaching for your goals. You reach for the next point, the next yard, the next win. And after the game, reach for low-fat chocolate milk. It has the fluids to rehydrate you, the right mix of protein and carbs to refuel you, and the vitamins and minerals to help you build strong bones and bodies. Fuel up with chocolate milk. For more information, visit drink-milk.com.
Before we wrap up this week's show, the statewide playoff brackets, a reminder, are available on the OHSAA website at ohsaa.org, along with football playoff histories of every school in Ohio. Looking ahead to the state championships, all session tickets are on sale at ohsaa.org/tickets, including a special ticket package with indoor access to the Stadium Club at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium during and after every game. In our next playoff preview show, we'll go inside the regional quarterfinal pairings and talk with OHSAA Executive Director Doug Hute. On behalf of the Ohio High School Athletic Association, I'm Marty Bannister. Production facilities and assistance provided by Yamo Media and Adam Dell. The OHSAA Football Playoff Preview Show has been a production.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
Ohio is Western Reserve Radio, and WRQX AM 600 is proud to bring you Week 12 of the Ohio high school football season. The Springfield Tigers make the 2.5-hour trek from New Middletown, Ohio, to take on the Danville Blue Devils. Hello, everyone. Jim Craven with you, along with the coach, Bob Gessler. Matt Craven back on the board, pushing all the buttons, keeping us running. Dave Ferris and Brandon Fisher running our other games there in the Gessler Propane Studios. We get ready to bring you this great matchup of the 8-3 Springfield Tigers and the 11-0 Danville Blue Devils. First of all, I want to start out by thanking Jerry Sandrock, Jesse Caldwell, and all of our sponsors who make our broadcast possible here. Athletic Director Bob Bean at Springfield, of course, Head Coach Sean Guerrero, and the Danville Athletic Department, Vanny Adam, especially for helping with this week's productions. Take a look at last week's scores across the iMedia One network, as we had USHL hockey over on Western Reserve Radio. The Youngstown Phantoms, they get the 4-3 win over the Sioux Falls Stampede. And in week 1 of the playoffs, the Mineral Ridge Rams, they head over to Jackson Milton. They get the 35-6 win over the Blue Jays. And, of course, here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and WRQX AM 600, the Patriot, Monroeville, they made the trip to Springfield. Springfield comes away with the win, 35-21. Tonight across the iMedia One network, of course, we'll have Springfield at Danville here. And over on City View Sportscast, it'll be Mineral Ridge heading over to Rootstown to take on the Rovers. And on Western Reserve Radio, it will be USHL hockey once again, as the Phantoms will host head coach Tony Noreen and the Tri-City Storm. Of course, Tony Noreen, the former head coach of the Youngstown Phantoms. He and GM Jason Kolar making a return to Youngstown. You can catch that on Western Reserve Radio with the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack. Puck drop is at 7:05. Of course, on City View Sportscast, it will be Mark Means and Matt Emsch. That will also be on Sports Radio 1240. And again, as Mineral Ridge continues their fantastic season. Coach, we take a look at the numbers now here from last week against Monroeville. Springfield keeping it on the ground here. A great clock control game for them. Colton Rourke, only 4 of 6 last week, 37 yards and a touchdown. It comes out with a 122 quarterback rating. But then you add in the 9 carries and 39 yards and 1 touchdown from Kason Kosick. And then Dante Gentile continues that terror of running he has had since he's come back from that injury. 29 carries, 277 yards, and a touchdown. John Guerrero, 2 receptions, 23 yards, and a touchdown. And Springfield only punted once last week, Coach.
Well, they play control football, and that's the main thing. It kept the ball out of their hands. So they knew that they could run against them. Not only that, they knew that team could if they get a ball in their hands and with time, they could go back and score and could possibly win this game. And they did a valiant effort on the defense to hold them out, but they did start coming back. But then the offense scored and kept them out of the game.
Dante Gentile would break a big run to seal that one for the Tigers. The reward for them is to make the 2.5-hour trek down here to Mount Vernon. Not exactly a neutral site here. They're just utilizing the Mount Vernon Stadium due to Danfield's field conditions. But a stadium that you and I have been to, we've actually played here. So as we got to talk about, we'll bring you more about that as we continue here on the Cleveland Cobras pregame show. Defensively for the Tigers last week, it would be Aiden Appel leading with 7 tackles and an assist. Joey Senafani really coming around here towards the end of the season, and Springfield always has that one guy that shows up when it matters here in the latter half and into the playoffs. And Senafani, 2 tackles, 8 assists. Both of those guys are juniors. Tom Shealy would seal it off with a sack. That coming to big time for the Springfield Tigers. And, of course, tonight we're going to be looking for that running game, that duo of Kosick and Gentile to continue to carry this Springfield team. Because if you give Danville the ball at 11-0, we've seen the points they can put up. They can be really dangerous.
Yeah, and they're a good-looking football team. They got some size to them and some thickness. And, you know, just as a coach as many years as I did, you look at these guys and just the way they run and carry themselves, you can see they're athletes out there. So Springfield's got to come in, as we always say when you get to playoffs, is you can't make any mistakes. They get the opportunity to hit them deep. You got to hit those long balls sometimes because you may not get them all the time. So when you do get the opportunity, you got to be able to hit them and score. And that's been our scenario there. But if our short passes game is good and we could run the run the ball with Dante Gentile, this could be a very good and nice size win for us, knocking off, I believe, number 2.
Again, Danville 11-0 coming into this week. They get the 51-7 win last week over the Western Reserve Blue Devils. So they knock off the other Blue Devil team here, and they will now host the Springfield Tigers. We're going to step aside for a timeout, and when we come back, we will go to the Malutic Live Coaches Corner, as our own Mark Means had the opportunity to speak with head coach Sean Guerrero about last week and what we can expect this week in round 2 of the playoffs here in Division 7, Region 25. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras pregame show here on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600 The Patriot. We're back after this.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leagues. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Now back to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio and AM 600 The Patriot.
Pregame show continues with Springfield head coach Sean Guerrero on the Malutic Live Coaches Corner. Coach, let's go back and talk about your big first-round win against Monroeville. You put up 35 points, and you move on to round 2.
I just felt last week our kids had a little bit of a sense of urgency and came out. A little bit of fire, a little bit of fight. To start the game off, which kind of gave us a pretty good lift. I think they kicked off to us and we drove the ball down. Was able to capitalize with a touchdown. Defense came out and got a stop. I was very happy. By the way, our kids started the game off, especially in the playoff, in playoff round with the atmosphere of our home stands and our community was fantastic. But our kids, I think, were a little bit disappointed on how they ended up playing week 10, so they came fire, and all three phases I thought played pretty well.
Coach, you kind of beat me to my next question. I know the community support is always there, and it's special to have a chance to play a playoff game in front of those fans.
Our community between, like I said, and school, everything, this school presents is great. So I think our kids appreciate that. They understand what we represent and what we have to do to try to be able to.
Well, with that win, you now get a tough challenge this week against a very good Danville team, and you got to go quite a bit on the road to get there to do it.
Well, this is one reason why we end up playing our non-league. Another reason why we traveled up to Spire, week 3. That's an hour and 20-minute drive. So you do try to prepare the kids a little bit for something like this because of the travel. So I just hopefully our kids are going to be able to stay in their daily routine, be able to relax on the bus, and then once game time comes, be able to fight.
What do you expect from this very high-powered, very skilled Danville team?
Defensively big. They try to stack the box. They're going to try to take the run away. They have 3 pretty impressive D linemen that do a very good job controlling linebackers that flow to the ball, and the secondary really doesn't give up any big plays. Offensively, I think they're kind of might do a little bit more spread stuff than we do, but I think it's kind of a mirrored image. They're going to try to set up counter and try to run down on you, and then be able to throw the ball when they want to. off of that. So I just think with us, our kids have kind of prepared this, like I said, because I think it's like a mirrored image of ourselves. So I'm just happy the way kids have started off practice, and hopefully we'll be able to squeak out a Week 12 victory.
Coach, as always, your time is appreciated, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again next week. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
Malutic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Malutic_live. And remember, our fans come first.
Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leads. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192.
Now back to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio and AM 600 The Patriot.
Back here at Energy Field in Mount Vernon, Ohio, here on the Cleveland Cobras pregame show, as we will prepare you for this Division 7 Region 25 playoff. Of course, you got to hear head coach Sean Guerrero with our own Mark Means. I want to thank Austin Malutic and Malutic Live for their support and sponsorship of the Coach's Corner. Malutic Live, your home for high school sports. Follow them on social media, Malutic_live. And as we listened there, Coach said, you know what? We made those trips to Spire, so we had that kind of experience going up there, getting on the road, learning how to manage our time on the bus. And we've learned one thing with this coaching staff. Everything they do has a purpose.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They do a great job, and they prepare the kids quite well. Again, knowing two of the staff members personally, good Cheney guys and guys from my neighborhood, and they do an outstanding job and do what they need to do.
Take a look at the Danville Blue Devils. They come in undefeated this week, and you look at the schedule over the year, and not only are they 11-0, but Coach, they have scored over 50 points 5 times. They've scored over 62 times, and their opponents' records total 50 and 66. But they've been challenged on a couple occasions, but nonetheless, nobody's been able to topple them, and they have put up a lot of points. It all starts with the quarterback, Walker Weckesser.
Yeah, obviously he does an outstanding job. He's throwing all over, but I noticed one thing in his stats, but he likes to run. He will tuck it, and he will go as well. So he's another weapon in the backfield that they have, so he'll tuck it and go.
Weckesser, 60% completion rate this year, 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, doesn't turn the ball over a lot. Has thrown for 1,366 yards, but as you mentioned, added 618 yards on the ground, nearly 2,000 yards in offense. And he has his running back, Cole DeLauder, another senior there, 168 carries, 1,263 yards, 19 touchdowns. His key stat is he's averaging 7.5 yards a carry. That's putting them in second and short on most occasions.
Yeah, and then that gives the opportunity to throw the ball, because now on second and short, now you're able to maybe pull the trigger a little bit more, but in short passes, and maybe go to the well a few times. But still, then when you go to third down and you go third and short, I mean, that's easy on that.
So when the senior quarterback Walker Weckeser throws the ball, he spreads it around. There's no one target that he looks for. Briar Bossart, Nate Stevens, Cole DeLauder, and Caleb Lucas have caught 19, 15, 16, and 13 passes respectively. Now Nate Stevens, out of his 15 catches, has had 7 of those in the end zone, 4 touchdowns. So again, they don't have to throw the ball a lot, but when they do it efficiently.
Yeah, that's obvious. So what they're really going to have to do is the defensive backs are really going to have to play discipline for Springfield in the back. But we also have to have a good pass rush and go outside in on the ends and stay in our lanes on the inside, because from what the sound of it is, they give him an alley, they're in deep trouble.
And one of the things we've always talked about with Springfield, sometimes there's that over pursuit into the backfield instead of keeping that seal on the ends.
Yeah, and that makes it bad.
As the Danville Blue Devil Band will now perform the alma mater for the Blue Devils, followed by the national anthem. We'll go to that as soon as it is here. Take a look at the Blue Devils defensively, as Josh Byers, got to keep an eye on him, 58 solo tackles, 60 assists, 118 tackles, and also Caleb Lucas, 42 solo, 45 assists. But for Caleb Lucas, Coach, 20 tackles for a loss. He spends a lot of time in the backfield.
Yeah, that's a big weapon for them. They're going to have to make sure that they get in front of him and make sure they seal him off, because obviously it disrupts a lot of the offensive foes.
We're going to step aside from him for our nation's national anthem, performed by the Danville Blue Devil Marching Band. Our nation's national anthem, performed by the Danville Blue Devil Marching Band. As we get closer to kickoff, we're going to step aside for another timeout. When we come back, we'll be just about 3 minutes away from kickoff here. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras pregame show here on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600 The Patriot. We're back after this.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825, or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Clark Cup champion! Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Now back to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio and AM 600 The Patriot.
Cleveland Cobra's pregame show continues here at Energy Field in Mount Vernon, Ohio. And before we go any further, Coach, need to take a moment here, especially on the Cleveland Cobra's pregame show, to extend our condolences to Jesse Caldwell and the Cleveland Cobras on the loss of former head coach Jerry Minasali this week. Anybody who's been involved at that level of football at any time has known him as a player and a coach, and a great one at that. But make no mistake, he was a better human being, a proud husband, and also a proud father, and a fantastic friend of Western Reserve Radio. Got to travel with him a little bit here and there, and again, just a better human being than you could ever ask for. And again, our condolences to the Cobras here, and we want to thank them for their support and let us be part of what they do, even in moments like this. About 2.5 minutes away from kickoff here, Coach. We had a coin toss, and what were the results of that?
Well, the cap was in the way, and I went to everybody to see if they saw it, and they didn't. But it looks like that Danville won it, and they won the ball. Again, we'll find out once we line up. But unfortunately, everybody said the official was in the way. We couldn't see anything up here in the whole booth. So,
and we don't have a bad seat, Coach. We're on the home side, 50-yard line. You can't complain.
No, that's nice little stadium here, as we talked about. Did a little coaching here and had a little fireside chats a few times here with some players.
We'll talk about that at some point.
I hope not tonight with that mistake.
Well, Danville's going to take the ball. They're obviously looking to get on the board quick. As we mentioned, 5 times scoring 50 points this season, twice scoring over 60. And that's going to be a tall tale for Springfield. They're going to have to be disciplined. Weather tonight, you really can't complain. Really no atmosphere here at all. No precipitation, no snow, as it's about 49 degrees right here in Mount Vernon. Not a cloud in the sky. It's a beautiful night for playoff football here on November 3rd.
Yeah, and may I say, all season, we really have lucked out because I tell you what, we've gotten no rain, no snow, been a little nipply here at the end of this season here, but we're hoping to continue. And but we've got beautiful weather tonight. We have it's a turf field, so here they come, and your fans are up and cheering.
And as Coach mentioned, we've been here before. We've seen this turf. It's a beautiful field. No problems there, as the Danville Blue Devils will make their way to the field. And they're all blue uniforms with the white numerals, white detail, and the white helmets. And Springfield will be on the far sideline in their away uniforms, the white jerseys with the black numerals and the orange detail, as well as the black pants, black helmets with the Tiger logo. And Danville making their way to the field. And of course, over on City View Sportscast and WBBW Sports Radio 1240, Mark Means and Matt Emsch have the Mineral Ridge Rams as they travel to Rootstown to take on the Rovers, just like the name, Coach, there. So both teams making their way to the field, and indeed it looks like Danville's going to kick off.
Well, then they won the toss, and
there we go.
We'll take the ball in the second half.
So just about a few moments away here from kickoff. We're going to step aside for station ID. You're listening to WRQX AM 600 The Patriot, a Cumulus media station.
WRQX, Salem, Youngstown, Warren. We are AM 600 The Patriot, a Cumulus media station.
So Danville lining up here as we get ready to get underway. It'll be Trogio and Lamorticella back to return for the Springfield Tigers. And we are underway here. Ball's going to be fielded at the 18-yard line. It's going to be Noah Trogio bringing it forward upfield. And past the 35 and down to the 37-yard line. Make it to 38, and that's where Springfield will take over 1st and 10 here to get this game started. Take a look at the starters for the Springfield offense. On that front offensive line, it'll be Tyler Young, Tom Shealy, Zach Weichart, Lucas DeTillo, and Connor Sugar. Tight end will be Jake O'Donnell. The wide receiver, Sean Guerrero and Dylan Shealy. The fullback, Wyatt Kuboff. And the running backs will be Casey Kosick and Dante Gentile. The quarterback will, of course, be the 6'3", 200-pound senior, Colton Ruark. Springfield now 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Rourke now going to be in a shotgun. Guerrero will be the receiver to the near side. Wing to the left. Shealy will be the in motion from right to left. Ball on the ground. Rourke's going to pick it up under pressure, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield at the 30-yard line. That's going to be a loss. And looked like some confusion in the backfield there, Coach, on who was going to get the ball.
Yeah, it's just, okay, work the bugs out. All right, let's get that out of the way. Now let's start playing some football. Let's do what we need to do here. Let's settle down.
2nd and 16 now, ball at the 32-yard line. A loss of 6 for Springfield. Your first quarter action, 11:22 of the first quarter. If you're just joining us here on Western Reserve Radio, WRQX AM 600, The Patriot. Rourke now in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side. Rourke now rolling out to the near side. You have Gentile in front of him, looking for somebody downfield. Nobody out there, under pressure, and he's going to try to get back to the other side. He's got an open field now, but he can't get through the tackle of the Danville player. And he may have gotten back to the 30-yard line, but not much more than that. Looked like he was brought down.
Josh Byers was there as linebacker. He was right on that. He stayed home, didn't pursue, and was able to get him.
So 3rd and 18 now for the Tigers. Not starting out the way they wanted to. 10:36 here left here, first quarter. They'll go 4 wide receivers, 2 by 2. Shealy now will work to the other side. It'll be a trips formation. To the near side, moving right to left on your devices. Rourke back to pass, 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle. It's going to be caught by Guerrero and brought out to the 45-yard line. That'll bring up a 4th down, and we'll say about 4. And from this point, I don't know, Coach, probably safer to punt this one.
Yeah, I would say with the start that we had, I would suggest that we punt this, pin them down, because right now their defense is, their defense is pinning ears back and coming. We've got to shore up that front. Punt team's coming out.
And now looked like for a moment they were going to go for it as Guerrero was going to the sideline, who does the punting. 9:40 left here, first quarter. Springfield drive will stall out at the 45-yard line. Jake O'Donnell to snap. Guerrero right about his 32-yard line. Low punt, low snap. And he's going to get it away, but it's going to be partially blocked. That ball's going to roll out of bounds. And the official will mark it at the 45-yard line on the Danville side. A lot of pressure coming up the middle there, Coach.
Yeah, our offensive line has got to shore it up. So far, on 3 plays, they've got in and pressured our quarterback and Colton Rourke, and we got to be able to settle that front down. Now, we'll see what we do defensively. We've got to keep him in the pocket. And, again, don't give him outside. Don't give him alleys. So we'll see how our defense starts.
And this first quarter is brought to you by the USHL Clark Cup champions, the Youngstown Phantoms. Actually in action right now against Tri-City on Western Reserve Radio. Danville now with a man in motion from right to left. Twin receivers to the near side. Weckeser rolling out to the near side. And he's going to be past the 45. He'll make it to midfield. He'll slip some tackles. He'll make one stiff arm, get into Springfield territory, and be brought down at the 42-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 13 for Danville. And you can see why Weckeser has the numbers that he has.
I'll tell you what, he was just literally throwing bodies off of him. They hit him in the backfield, and he just grabbed him and threw him off of them. They have got to secure him, and they have got to hit him low. He's up high. He's strong.
1st and 10 now on the Springfield side, 42-yard line. Stack formation. Weckeser under center. He'll hand this off to the tailback. Up the middle, out to the 37, and down to the 36-yard line. And And again, second and short for Danville. We talked about that in pregame.
Yeah, Kason Kosick was right there, and a couple of his other buddies, after he slowed him down, was able to come in there and finish the job. But, I mean, that's 7 yards on a carry.
So 2nd and 4 now, ball at the 36-yard line. Wexler going to shotgun, running back to each side. Twin receivers to the far side. 2nd and 4. They'll hand it off to the outside. He'll get past the 35 and down to the 31-yard line. Brought down by Lucas Totillo. That's going to be Cole DeLauder on the carry. 6'3", 215. He's a senior. That's a big running back there, Coach.
Yeah,
6'3".
it sure is. And they finally gave him the first down. They hadn't moved the chains, so we got to hit these guys low. We're trying to tackle up high, and you're not going to bring this team down. You can see they're great running backs.
1st and 10 now, ball at the Springfield 31-yard line. Wexler in the shotgun. He'll hand it off the right side. Collision at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be brought down. May have fallen forward for a yard, and that's going to be Aiden Burke on the carry, the junior.
And Lucas Totillo met him high. He did wrestle him down, but again, you can't wrap these guys up that high. You got to have to hit them a little bit lower, get them in the numbers, and they got to just drive them back because these guys are big and strong. So we have got to tighten up on defense.
Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update. Ursuline takes a 6-0 lead over Canfield. They missed the extra point. Nate Stevens, the receiver to the far side now. Josh Byers in the slot. Wexler in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the near side. We'll have Cole DeLauder to the right of him. 2nd and 8, ball to 29-yard line. Movement up front, flags on the play. And from 2nd and 8, it will make it now 2nd and 3 as Springfield will be called for the encroachment. Thought there might have been a little bit of hope there, Coach, but definitely offside by Springfield.
Yeah, he jumped the count. They got to settle down up front, wait for the snap, and then just get your man, drive him in the back, look for that ball, get the carrier.
2nd and 3 now, ball to 24-yard line. Wexler in a shotgun. DeLauder to his right. He'll pull it himself, try to get upfield, hit the backfield, and he'll be brought down by a host of white jerseys in the backfield. May have lost a yard on the play. I believe that was going to be Wyatt Kuboff making the initial contact.
That's exactly what it was, Jim. He read that thing, and he filled that hole. And that's what we got to do. We got to recognize. Don't let them guards combo to them linebackers and get in there and fill.
So 3rd and 5 now. Ball at the Springfield 26-yard line. 6:21 left here, first quarter, if you're just joining us. Trip receivers to the far side. Proper will be the receiver to the far side. Wexler in the shotgun by himself. Empty backfield. Handoff on the jet motion. He'll get to the outside near the 20-yard line. That'll be Briar Bossart on the carry, the 6'1", 195-pound senior.
Yeah, we had the chance to get him in the backfield. I didn't get a number, and he whiffed on it. Otherwise, we'd have had a nice. It would have been 4th and long, but instead didn't make the tackle in the backfield, and so we get a first down. We got to tighten up here on our defense.
6:05 left here, first quarter. 1st and 10 now. Ball at the Springfield 21-yard line. It's going to be Proper and Bozart, the receivers to the far side. Wexler will be in the shotgun. Lucas in motion from right to left. Wexler taking himself off the right side. He'll slip a couple of tackles, get past the 15, and down near the 10-yard line. That'll be another first down. It'll be 1st and goal now for Danville as they continue this initial drive.
Yeah, again, we're just not wrapping it up. Cunningham had him and just did not wrap them up. And, I don't know what's going on, but they have got to start wrapping these guys up. Hit them head on and get them low.
Proper and Bozart, twin receivers to the far side now. Wexler in the shotgun. He'll have DeLauder behind him. Lucas in the wing right. Lucas will go from right to left. Wexler now taking it again himself up the middle of the field. He'll initially get a little bit of resistance, maybe picked up a yard on the play. He'll continue to drive, and he'll make it down near the 6-yard line. May have gotten 4 on the play there, Coach. That drive coming late at the end there. No whistles by the officials.
Yeah, Aiden Appel was right there on him, but again, when your safety is making tackles, that's not good.
Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update. The Tri-City Storm takes a 1-0 lead over the Youngstown Phantoms at the Cavelli Center in downtown. Now it'll be Norris and Bozart, the receivers to the far side. Weckenser in a shotgun. He'll hand it off to the left side. Flag on the play coming in. That's going to be DeLauder on a couple-yard pickup. And it looks like we're going to have a hold against Danville coming up. I believe they're going to have Kendall Carter, the 6'3", 270-pound senior, on the infraction.
Yeah, we got some good push, and he grabbed him, and he got caught. So that's what we needed here. Just keep backing him up. Just fight. So now we have to be aware of what's going on here. Be aware of the run, but our defensive backs got to reassure and don't get lazy back there. Stay with your men. Don't worry about what's going on in the backfield.
So 4:35 left here, first quarter. 2nd and 16 now. Ball at the 16-yard line. Weckenser in an empty backfield now. So Caleb Lucas from left to right. Weckenser now following his blockers off the right side. He'll work his way down to 10, inside the 10, and down near the 8-yard line. Pickup of 8. It'll bring up 3rd and goal now for Danville.
Yeah, that was a good run, but that was a good job by our defense and able to get our nose in there and do it. Joey Sanafani, again, was able to get him low, and that's what stopped him. So that's a great job by Joe.
3:55 left here. No score. Danville with their first drive of the night. Springfield stalled on their first possession. And Danville is going to take a timeout. While they take a timeout, we'll take a quick break. You're listening to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio, WRQX, AM 600 The Patriot. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825, or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Clark Cup champion!
Now back to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio and AM 600 The Patriot.
3:46 left here, first quarter. No score. However, Danville now 3rd and goal. Ball at the Springfield 8-yard line. And Coach, Springfield started off a little bit shaky, had to punt, but Danville driving down the field consistently, and they did exactly what we talked about, just about 7 yards on first down, putting them in 2nd and short.
Yeah, that's exactly what they've done, but we've stepped up here, and we've got it, and the only reason why they've gotten as far as they did is because of the missed tackles. So that is the key to this. They have got to tighten it up and make sure that we secure our tackling.
Weckenser in an empty backfield now. 3 receivers to the far side. Caleb Lucas will go in motion from right to left. 4 receivers to the left side. Now Weckenser rolling out to the far side. Stepping up in the pocket. And he'll be brought down just short of the 5-yard line. They'll say at the 6. Pick up a 2. It'll be 4th and goal now for Danville.
Yeah, Dylan Shealy on that tackle. I'll tell you what, he came right up and was able to hog tie him. So now we got 4th and about 6. So we'll see what happens on that one.
And it looks like Danville is going to go for it. I don't know their kicking situation here, but nonetheless, 4th and goal at the 6. Caleb Lucas will split out far left. Weckenser will be in the shotgun. You'll have 1 running back to each side. They'll roll out to the right side, looking into the end zone, looking for a receiver, dragging out, throw it in the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Looked like the ball was picked off by Springfield in the end zone. If so, that'll put him at the 20. We'll see what the officials are going to say.
He was out of bounds, Jim. They called it out of bounds. So
it will be a turnover on down. Springfield will get the ball. The Tigers hold, and either way, whether it's an interception or an incomplete pass, Springfield withstands that first drive by Danville, and they'll get the ball back.
Well, as we say, bend but don't break. They bent, but they didn't break. When they got to about the 10-yard line, boy, did they stiffen up. They looked a lot better. The other thing, too, is that penalty for Danville really took the wind out of the sail, and that backed them up, and they just couldn't make that back up.
So Springfield will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line. 2:56 left here, first quarter. Danville took up most of the first quarter after the first Springfield drive stalled. So I formation now as Rourke will go under center. One receiver to the far side, that'll be Guerrero. We have a tight end to the left, it'll be Jake O'Donnell. They'll hand it off straight up the middle. Fight their way forward out to the 11-yard line. He'll be pushed back, but be given the forward progress. That's going to be a pickup of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 now for the Tigers.
That's our man, Dante Gentile. I mean, he was very patient on his run, got behind his blockers, and then was able to squirt through and got a nice 5-yard gain on that.
So 2nd and 5 now, ball at the 11. Dante Gentile picking up over 200 yards rushing last week. As Shealy now will be the receiver to the far side. Rourke will go under center. Gentile will be the tailback in the backfield by himself. Send McKinney in motion from left to right. They'll pitch it out to Gentile, looking for some room to run. In some contact in the backfield. Gentile fight forward. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Can't tell from our angle. And indeed, it looks like it'll be no pickup on the gain. It'll be 3rd down now for Springfield.
Yeah, he lost a couple yards on that one. That end was able to he saw what happened, and he blew out of there. And then that was just a one-on-one tackle. Didn't get the defender on that one, but that was an outstanding job by his part. He read it and reacted.
So 3rd and 7. Ball, they'll mark it at the 9-yard line. Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update. Mineral Ridge takes a 7-0 lead over Rootstown, and Canfield takes a 7-6 lead over the Ursuline Irish. Rourke now in a shotgun, twin receivers to the near side. Rourke now rolling out to the near side, moving right to left on your device, looking for room to run under pressure, going to step up, fire, looking for Jake O'Donnell, but almost picked off. Weckesser almost snagging that one. Incomplete, but it'll be 4th down, and Springfield will have the opportunity to punt.
Yeah, that was not a good throw. I thought that was picked, Jim, but thank God that it looked like it hit the ground. So we got to get this out, get this ball punted, and get them backed up because they came after that first one, so we're going to shore the inside of that punting team up.
So Jake O'Donnell to snap for the Tigers. Sean Guerrero to punt. Guerrero got some pressure the last time. It was tipped. All ended up at the 45-yard line. Guerrero now with a good snap. He'll get this one away. It'll be a line drive spiral. Picked up at the 44-yard line. Brought past the 35-30 and knocked out of bounds near the 35-yard line. Levi Ferre on the return, the 5'5", 130-pound junior.
Yeah, he caught her on a dead run, and he did not hesitate. One of our bullets came down there and missed him. He needs to learn to break down and slow down before he gets to him. So, unfortunately, he carried through, and then he just got to his outside.
So 1st and 10 now for Danville. Ball at the Springfield 23-yard line. Weckesser in the shotgun. He's going to have DeLauder to his left. Twin receivers to the near side. And it's going to be a false start on Danville. Everybody moved, then the ball came back. So maybe the center may have been off on that one.
I don't know, but the quarterback was before the ball even got to him, took 2 steps forward, so I don't know who they're going to call it on. But, okay, we said it. We
said offside, everybody but the center.
Oh, why would the centers would never do that?
So 1st and 15 now for Danville. Ball at the 28-yard line. Weckesser now in the shotgun. DeLauder to his left. Trip receivers to the right side. They'll send Bozart in motion from right to left. Handoff off the left side. And they'll fight forward past the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Pickup of 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6 for Danville.
Yeah, that was, see if I can get that was DeLauder on that run. Again, we've got to wrap him up. And he just kept the wheels a turning, and we got to take him out.
So 2nd and 6 now, ball at Springfield 19. Just a minute left here in this fast-moving first quarter. Weckesser in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. Caleb Lucas, the tight end, to the left. He'll send Bosart in motion from right to left, and he'll swing back around. This time, it'll be handoff to DeLauder to the 10, 5, and into the end zone for the Danville touchdown. 56 seconds of
Mill Creek Golf Course is now
Danville
open.
Takes a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, Jim, I mean, he had wide open They threw motion. He circled around. The motion man came to us, and they handed off to the left. There was no hangers out there, and unfortunately, he wasn't touched and basically ran right into the end zone.
So field position, a problem for the Springfield Tigers. The defense has had battled two short fields. Danville gets in on a 6-yard run to take a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, well, Springfield now has got to settle down. We know what we could do offensively, so they have to do what they got to do, and we're going for 2. Hand off.
Weckeser, hand off the right side to DeLauder. He's going to fight his way forward, and they're going to give it to him. Danville converts. It's going to make it 8-0. Danville.
Obviously, Jim, they don't have a kicker. So that's something that we have to be aware of. We got to try to stop that 2-point play and not let them get these points, because that forces us to go for 2 then.
So 56 seconds left here in the first quarter. Springfield now trails by a score of 8-0. Again, Coach, you're deep back there. Your defense is battling, but you're only going to keep a Danville team out so long it's been scoring 50-plus points a game.
Yeah, and you're giving them great field position. We're just we have to settle down there. We got to tackle. We've got to just make sure that what we see, we've got to adjust to that. They're doing a lot of motions to the right, and that's when they went left. They saw that we didn't have a hanger out there, and everybody shifted over because of the formations, but we have got to stay disciplined and balanced.
So Danville now to kick off. On the repair that glass kickoff. Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass, offering a full range of automotive glass repairs. For an appointment, call 330-534-3192 on this fast-moving first quarter. Brought to you by the Youngstown Phantoms. Game tickets are now on sale for the 2023-24 season. Call 330-747-PUCK, 747-7825, or go to youngstownphantoms.com. Danville with the straight low kick. It'll land at the 26-yard line and roll to Trogio. Trogio looking for room, trying to get to the outside, trying to bring it upfield, past the 25, and brought down near the 30-yard line. Springfield will start off with better field position. They're going to need to put something together here. 48 seconds left here first quarter. They're trailing 8-0.
Yeah, the Roadrunner did a pretty good job on that one, so he got him out of the hole. So what we got to do now is offensively, we have just got to pound and grind, and just move the ball. Don't make mistakes and shoot ourselves in the foot where you got first and long, second and long. Got to get at least 5 out of it and just keep grinding away. This is a good football team they're facing. Hence 11-0.
Springfield now going to go under center I formation. Dante Gentile will be the tailback. One receiver to each side now. Rourke with the handoff off the left side. Play forward, maybe picked up a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9 now for the Tigers. 38 seconds on a running clock. We'll see if they need to run one more play here as we wind down this first quarter, brought to you by the Youngstown Phantoms.
Yeah, tackle was made by Dakota Ricketts, and again, about 4 or 5 other guys that were able to lasso him. So short yardage on that one. Just keep getting positive yards here. We got to loosen them up. Obviously, they're stacking the box.
Rourke now in the shotgun. Wyatt Kuboff will be the wing to the right. He'll move to the left. One receiver to each side. Rourke, 3-step drop. Fires out to the right. He's got Guerrero, and it's going to go off his fingertips and into the sideline and bring up 3rd down now for the Tigers.
Yeah, he had plenty of time. He was open, but he overthrew him. Just got to settle those passes down. He's got to learn to hit them things in his chest, because that would have been 3rd and probably about 3 yards. So now we're at 3rd and 8.
So O'Donnell and Kuboff will check out for the Tigers. Drew Miller will check in as well as Sean Guerrero. 2 seconds left here, first quarter. 3rd and 9, ball at the 32 for Springfield, looking to convert. As Hayden Pavlock will be the receiver to the far side now. 3 receivers to the near side. Rurik in the shotgun. He'll counter a handoff to Gentile. Gentile working his way upfield, but Caleb Lucas is going to bring him down at the 35-yard line, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter here at Energy Field in Mount Vernon, Ohio. As we have a late flag here, Springfield trails by a score of 8-0. We're going to step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio, WRQX, AM 600, The Patriot. We're back after this.
Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825 or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Clark Cup champion!
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
Now back to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio and AM 600 The Patriot.
Second quarter action coming up here in Mount Vernon. Danville, we mentioned there was a flag. It was a personal foul against the Blue Devils. However, it was after the play, after the turnover on downs. So Danville will get the ball minus the 15 yards. It will be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils as they have an 8-0 lead. Take a look at the Cleveland Cobras scoreboard update across the iMedia 1 network here. Middle Ridge with a 7-0 lead over Rootstown. And the Tri-City Storm and the Phantoms all tied up at 1 now. Phantoms come up with a shorthanded goal, 9:48 of the first period. So now it will be 1st and 10. 4th and 20 now for Springfield, and I think there may have been some confusion on the way the officials pointed.
Well, I guess it's a personal foul against us and not them.
So Guerrero now into punt. Ball will be placed at the 20-yard line, so indeed it looks like the officials were just pointing in the wrong direction here as Guerrero will post up right around his own 7-yard line. Waiting for the snap from Jake O'Donnell. Good snap this time. We'll get it back under pressure. It'll be a spiral punt, land at the 40-yard line. It'll take a Danville roll. Springfield will down it. At the Springfield 41-yard line. They're saying Danville touched the ball, but I'm not getting any indication from the officials that that was the case. Springfield says they recovered. The officials now are going to huddle and talk this one over, but it looks like it's going to be Danville's ball, and they're going to be on a short field again, Coach.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Coach Guerrero's over there complaining. So,
as it stands now, Danville will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Springfield 41-yard line. 11:51 left here in the second quarter. Again, we want to thank the Youngstown Phantoms for their support of all of our first quarters here in 2023. And indeed, it will be 1st down for Danville. Springfield somehow indicated that a Danville player touched the ball and the Springfield recovered it. However, the officials did not agree. So updated score from Canfield, from the Canfield-Ursuline game. Ursuline now takes a 9-7 lead over the Canfield Cardinals. Weckesser under center for the first time. They'll have Caleb Lucas in motion from right to left, twin receivers to the near side. They'll hand it off the left side. They have picked up a yard on the play. That's going to be Cole DeLauder on the carry.
Yeah, Tom Shealy was right there. As soon as he got the handoff, Tom Shealy was right there. So he grabbed him from behind and brought him down. So that was a great job by Mr. Shealy. He got in, got penetration, and that's what we got to do. We got to penetrate, but we cannot go deep. We have to slide down the line, and that's what he did. Great job.
2nd and 9 now, ball to Springfield, 40-yard line. Cato Lucas will be the receiver to the far side, 3 receivers to the near side. DeLauder will be to the left of Weckesser. Weckesser in the shotgun, 3-step drop. Under pressure, he's going to throw the screen over the middle. It's going to be caught by DeLauder. Out to the 30 and brought down at the 26-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 14 and a 1st down for Danville.
Yeah, they set that up good. He drifted back. That's a perfect way to run a screen. Thank God Wyatt Kuboff that peeled back and was able to make that, but not after a big gain and 1st down.
In a case of using Springfield's aggressiveness against them. Just under 11 minutes left here, second quarter.
Jim, that was a perfect screen. I'll tell you what, that's how you set it up.
Twin receivers to the near side now. DeLauder in the backfield by himself. Weckesser will go under center. Caleb Lucas will be the wing to the left. He'll give it to DeLauder off the left side. He'll fight his way to the 30. Down to the 20. Though. You pick up a 6. 2nd and 4 now for Danville. And they're back in that familiar 2nd and short situation.
Yeah, Lucas Datillo had him by the ankles, and that helped bring him down. Getting a little extracurricular out there, Jim. I guess the officials didn't see that, where our guy got just thrown over after the play was over, but I guess they missed it.
Wesley Payne will check in for Danville. Ryder Bossart will check out. He'll take a breather. Nate Stevens will be the receiver to the far side now. Wexler in the shotgun. DeLauder to his left. He'll give it to DeLauder. Up the middle. Contact made at the line. He'll fight his way forward. And he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. And maybe a little bit of activity after the whistle, but the officials not going to throw a flag on that. 9:43 as the clock here continues to run. That'll bring up 3rd down now for Danville. 3rd and 5. Ball be on the Springfield 20-yard line.
Yeah, Zach Weichert was there, was able to get him, but the whole key to that was he was still fighting. So I didn't hear a whistle blow, so they kept pushing him back, but that's on the officials. They didn't blow the whistle to kill the play.
Twin receivers to the near side now. Carson Proper will be the outside receiver. Wexler under center. DeLauder behind him. Springfield showing some pressure. He'll roll out to the backside. And he's trying to beat Hayden Pavlock. Ball's loose, and it's going to go out of bounds. And we'll see if they're going to give it to him. But it looked like the ball went out of bounds, and indeed it will remain in the possession of Danville. That'll bring up I thought there was going to be some second guessing on that, but nonetheless, the ball did go out of bounds. That'll bring up 4th down for Danville. Ball will now be at the 24-yard line.
Jim, I tried to get a number on who batted that ball, but as soon as it came out, there was a pile. So somebody was able to get a paw in there and knock it out. So that was a great job.
Havelock causing some pressure back there as Wexler tried to roll out. Wexler now in the shotgun. DeLauder to his left. Twin receiver to the near side. Walker, Wexler trying to stand his feet under pressure, and he's going to be brought down. Kason Kosick on the sack for Springfield. It's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Springfield defense holds.
Yeah, that was a great job because what he did when the quarterback, he was to our left top of the screen, and the quarterback rolled to us. He stayed depth of the quarterback, and then he came straight at the quarterback. It was exactly how you have to play that, whether he was end or linebacker. And then that way, as soon as that quarterback saw nothing, went to come back, he was drilled because he got depth of the quarterback. He didn't get inside or outside to get him to roll out. So that was a great job.
8:56 left here in this first half. Springfield trails by a score of 8-0. Still have all 3 timeouts left here. They'll be looking to put something together here. This drive will start at their own 28-yard line. Rourke now in the shotgun. 1 receiver to each side. They'll send Shealy in motion from left to right, from right to left. They'll give it to him on the handoff. Nowhere to go. He's going to slip 1 tackle, try to move forward, and he's going to get out to the 35 and out to the 39-yard line. Actually, they're going to say he went out at the 37. So a pickup of 9 on the play, maybe the best play of the night for Springfield.
Yeah, DeLauder was there. He finally chased him down. It looked like he knocked him out of bounds. So that was a great job. I tell you what, he was patient. He just kind of olayed when the defender was there, and he was able to get around that side.
2nd and 1 now, ball to Springfield 37-yard line. Best situation of the night for the Tigers. 8:46 left here, second quarter. Rourke now in the shotgun, empty. He'll have a running back to his left now. 1 receiver to each side. Wing to the right. Movement left to right. Rourke, pump fakes. Going to take it upfield. Get to the 40. Get the first down. And he'll be knocked down at the 44-yard line. 8:39 of the second quarter. Rourke picks up the first down on his own.
Well, Danville, what they did was they didn't hard rush him. I think that they thought that there was going to be a draw or something, so it was a great call by the defense. But unfortunately, they couldn't get off the blocks, and they were able to, the offensive line was able to kind of fan him out, and he was able to find his alley and go. But that was a great job by the offensive line of Springfield because they didn't power rush, and they just kind of waited for him, but we got him.
Rourke in the shotgun, wing right. Wilson Guerrero motion, counter handoff to Gentile. Gentile will work his way forward, pick up just about 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 7 now for Springfield.
Yeah, that counters always work for him, and then exactly what happened. They got depth on it. He was able to cut up underneath that. So that's a great job. So we got 3 yards on that one, but that's what we need, Jim, every time on first down. We've got to get yardage. We can't start out at 2nd and 8, but at 2nd and 7, we'll take that. It's manageable.
High formation now. Rourke will go under center. Jake O'Donnell switch from the left side to the right side tight end. Hand off again to Gentile. Fighting his way forward past the midfield. Out to the 40-yard line. And then he'll be brought down by a host of Danville tacklers. Well, actually, getting the 39, he fell forward. And it'll be a big first down for Springfield. The offense starting to click a little bit here with 7:32 left in the second quarter.
They're really getting after it. They're doing what they got to do. So that's a great job. That was Nate Stevens on that tackle, but he's playing safety, and he got yardage on that, and he was bound and determined, kept them legs going, and he kept getting yardage.
1st and 10 now. Ball at the Danville 39-yard line. Pavlock will be the receiver to the far side. McKinney will be the wing left. He'll be to the left of O'Donnell at tight end. They'll pitch it out to Gentile. Gentile will get past Weckesser. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage and bring up 2nd and 10 now for Springfield with just under 7 minutes to play in this first half. Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update, Coach, from Pavlansky Field in Poland. The Bulldogs take a 3-0 lead over the Struthers Wildcats.
Well, that's that. They already said it. That's going to be a great game.
And, of course, Poland got the 28-27 overtime win in Week 10 over the Wildcats. What's that game being replayed at Pavlansky Field? Rourke now in the shotgun. Gentile will be to his right. Sheely and Guerrero, the receivers to the near side. They'll send McKinney in motion. That'll be Kuboff in motion. Rourke rolling out to the near side. Fires it near the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass intended for Dylan Sheely, but it went over his head and into the Danville sideline.
Yeah, he got, I don't know how that wasn't a penalty. He went up for it, and he was out of bounds, and Danville player come over and drilled him, and I don't understand how that wasn't a penalty because it should have been.
Springfield now in a 3rd and 10 situation, 6:16 left here in this half. Springfield trails by a score of 8-0. Danville getting on the board first with 56 seconds left in the first quarter. DeLauder would get into the end zone on a 6-yard run to put the Blue Devils up. And they're indicating they want the play clock reset here, Coach.
Okay.
So they'll give them a moment to do that as the crowd gives them the kind of sarcastic applause. Rourke now in the shotgun. Guerrero and Sheely, the receivers to the near side. 3-step drop. Plants his feet under pressure. Got a receiver wide open. Caught at the 30 to the 25. And now at the 20-yard line. Trying to see who the receiver was to the far side. They had Hayden Pavlock out there earlier.
Kason Kosick, Jim. Beautiful.
So Hayden Pavlock, that was him on the reception. He was kind of hiding out there, Coach.
Oh, okay. Because it looked like, okay, I gotcha.
I see where you're in, but Kason Kosick was in there and came down and made a great block. So
okay.
1st and 10 now for Springfield. Ball at the Danville 20-yard line. 5:58 left here in this half. Rourke now under center. Guerrero in motion from right to left. Gentile the running back. He'll give it to Dante off the left side. He'll fight his way forward, running a little bit high, but he'll pick up a couple yards on the play. May have picked up 2. Just call it 2nd and 8.
Yep. Caleb Lucas on that. On that tackle again. Seems to be all over field.
Rourke now going right back to the line. He's going to hit Gentile on a swing pass. He'll slip one tackle, get past the 20, and land near the 16-yard line. Pick up a 2 for a lot of motion. Only 2 yards picked up on that.
Well, the good thing, Jim, still no negative motion, no negative yards, and that's what you need. You want to keep getting positive yards. I don't care if it's 1, 2, whatever.
So 3rd and 6 now for Springfield at the Danville 16-yard line. Clock just about approaching 5 minutes left here as Drew Miller will bring in the play from the sideline. All on the right hash mark, moving left to right on your devices. Drew Miller and Sheely will be the twin receivers of the far side. They'll send Guerrero to that side as well. Trip receivers now. Rourke rolling out to the far side, trying to set his feet, throw across his body. And he's going to go down at the 25-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 9 for Springfield. That'll bring up 4th down and 15 for the Tigers.
Well, talking to the announcers up here, we were getting numbers, and because they have blue and white jerseys, I was told that Caleb Lucas will be all over the field, and he is all over the field for them.
And certainly, they nailed that one right, as he has been active on both sides of the ball. 4:17 on a running clock here, second quarter. 8-0 is the Danville lead. Springfield going for it on 4th and 14. They'll be at the Danville 24-yard line. Twin receivers to the near side. Pavlock will be on the outside. Rorak, 3-step drop. Looking down the field, fires over the middle, into the end zone. There was a push in the back, a flag on the play. And Guerrero got pushed in the back in the end zone. I don't even know if that would have been necessary. It looked like the ball probably was not going to be in his area, but it's going to be a pass interference against
absolutely.
Danville.
But they have to call that because there was a deeper receiver. So even if they said it was uncatchable, there was a man that was deeper in the end zone, and the ball was right off of his hands. So that's got to be a first down.
3:56 left here, second quarter. DeLauder will check back in. Jacob Hackman will head to the sideline, the 5'10", 170-pound junior. See where they're going to place the ball at here. They'll be half the distance to the goal. So 1st and 10 now, I believe it's going to be the 12-yard line. So with 3:56 left here in this first half, Springfield will have a 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Well, actually, they're going to call it 4th down. They had 1st down up there, but in high school, you do not get the automatic 1st down. So this will be a more manageable 4th down, I guess, for Springfield as they correct that. 4th and 3 now, ball at the 12-yard line. Jake O'Donnell will bring in the play from head coach Sean Guerrero. Work now in the shotgun. Kuboff will be offset to the left. They'll hand it off on the counter. Moving forward, Kosick here, but we're going to have a timeout by Springfield, and some disappointment there by the Tigers as they looked like they had the perfect play called. And indeed, Springfield will head to the sideline. It'll give us an opportunity to take a look at the Cleveland Cobras scoreboard update from around the area. Week 2 of the playoffs. And we'll also take a look at some USHL hockey action as the Youngstown Phantoms take a 2-1 lead over the Tri-City Storm. Storm headed up by former Phantoms coach Tony Noreen. Ursuline with a 9-7 lead over Canfield. Harding and Hudson all tied up at 7. Poland leads Struthers by a score of 3-0. South Range at last report leading Ridgewood 14-0. West Branch, takes a 14-7 lead over Streetsboro. Niles trails Lake Catholic 7-0. Of course, over on Cityview Sportscast and Sports Radio 1240. Mineral Ridge leads at Rootstown by a score of 7-0. United trails Cuyahoga Heights 7-0. Walsh Jesuit 17, Austintown Fitch 7, and Lowville with a 14-0 lead over the Western Reserve Blue Devils. A lot of Blue Devils here the last couple weeks here.
Blue Devils.
Western Reserve, Danville, McDonald. So Rourke now in the shotgun. He'll have Gentile to his left. Shealy will be in motion from right to left. They'll run the same play off the right side. They will not get it, though. They're going to be short. Turnover on down. 3:48 left here in this half. And Danville will take over the ball. And again, coulda, shoulda, coach. And that first play they ran, they had it perfect.
I don't know why he called timeout, because that thing was wide open, and he could have probably walked into the end zone. And then you come back and run the same play after they adjusted to the defense. So, that was his decision as the coach.
8-0 is the Danville lead. Both teams have 2 timeouts. As Weckerser now will be in a shotgun. DeLauder to his right. Trips receivers to the far side. They'll be moving right to left. And a flag on the play. High flag. An encroachment against Springfield. So now it'll be 1st and 5 at the 17-yard line. I don't know if that was lining up in the neutral zone. I didn't see much movement, but the flag was emphatic, to say the least.
He threw that as high as the press box. So, but I'm going to say that there was he lined up in the neutral zone. Maybe he moved a little bit, killed the play.
3:47 left here as Weckerser now in the shotgun. Trip receivers to the far side. They'll give it to DeLauder. DeLauder, a little bit of contact in the backfield, but He'll slip that, get out to the 21-yard line, pick up a 4. It'll be 2nd and 1 now for Danville. Here's the clock continues to run with 3:35.
Well, first of all, for Danville, their running backs run hard, and you're not going to knock them down with an arm tackle. We had him pinned in the back probably for a 2-yard loss, but we're throwing instead of a shoulder, an arm, and the running backs are able to go right through it. So we have got to make that adjustment.
Trip receivers to the near side now. Nate Stevens will be the outside receiver. Weckeser in the shotgun. 2nd and 1, ball at the 21-yard line. Weckeser, quick pass out to the left side. He's going to throw it into the turf. And it's going to be incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 1, as that ball was intended for Briar Bozart. My apologies.
Yeah, I was assuming it was a forward pass because as soon as he threw that ball, it looked like our defensive back were up there. So we got to be aware of that double pass there because we left our receivers. But again, he looked like it was a forward pass.
So now 3rd and 1. Still at the Danville 21-yard line. Weckeser will go under center. Galauder in the backfield. Twin receivers to the near side. He'll take it himself forward and get just enough for the Danville first down. Their drive will continue. And the ball came loose. There was no whistle. And then there was a tackle. The officials are going to get together on this one. Not sure what they saw, but we thought the play was dead. We did not hear a whistle, but the play sometimes will kill itself. He had the forward progress, and I believe that's what they're going to say as Hayden Pavlock will return the ball to the umpire. So a brief moment of excitement there for Springfield, and it's going to be a first down for Danville. He was able to break that line, get just enough, and then get pushed back and lose the ball.
Right, but if you don't have a whistle and our defense doesn't know that, and then our defensive guy gets slammed to the ground 5 yards back and no penalty called, and I understand let him play, but that's the second time today I saw something like that.
Twin receivers to each side now. Weckeser in the shotgun. 1st and 10 now, ball at the 23. Weckeser will plant his feet. He'll fire out to Caleb Lucas, and that ball is going to be incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 2:40 left here, second quarter. Danville with an 8-0 lead over the Springfield Tigers. Again, Lowville with a 14-0 lead over Western Reserve on the Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update. With 2:40 left here in this half. Weckeser in the shotgun. Galauder to his left. Send Bozart in motion right to left. He'll hand it off on the jet motion. Has room to run. He'll be knocked out of bounds. And he's actually going to stay in. He'll get to the 40, 30, 20. And he's trying to be chased down by Pavlock, who won't be able to catch him on the angle. And Danville will go to the end zone on a 72-yard run. 77-yard run. They take a 14-0 lead over Springfield.
Well, Springfield has got to make an adjustment at halftime to say, wrap them up. They're trying to bump these big guys out. They're too big and strong, and they go to bump them, and it's doing nothing for it. Well, what?
Wait a minute. The officials now are converging at the 33-yard line. They didn't see any flags, Coach.
I don't know what's...
2:27 left here. So they're going to say the touchdown is good. But with 2:27 left here, second quarter, Danville takes a 14-0 lead over Springfield pending the extra point conversion.
I'm confused because they had them line up, and now they're calling holding against us on a long run.
Danville will line up, looks like for a 2-point conversion. Converted on the first touchdown, making it an 8-0 lead over Springfield. All the officials still congregated right around the 33-yard line, talking some things over. I'm not really sure what they're talking about. Head coach Sean Guerrero looking for an explanation. Nonetheless, Danville on a 77-yard touchdown run.
Oh, well, they waved it off.
Briar Bozart, the senior, taking it all the way, and looks like we got everything worked out here as Danville will line up for the 2-point conversion. Dakota Ricketts coming off the field and then going back on. 2:27 left here in this half. Springfield in a 14-0 deficit, pending the two-point conversion. It'll be Bossart under center now with the stack formation behind him. He'll pitch it out to the tailback, taking it out to the corner, and Weckesser on the run will get into the end zone to make it a 16-0 lead for Danville, and Springfield will get the ball back. There's just about 2:27 left here in this half. They'll have 2 timeouts, some time to work. But they're going to have to put a solid drive together here just before the half.
Yeah, it's just disappointed in their tackling. They have got to stop bumping, arm tackling. They've got to hit these guys. They're a better tackler team than this. They seemed a little bit off on this first half. The adjustments have got to be made, and I'm hoping that Coach Guerrero gets them fired up, and some of them other coaches there get them fired up and say, hey, let's go. We're not out of this game by any means.
2:27 left here. Danville with a 16-0 lead. Harding now takes a 14-7 lead over Hudson on the Cleveland Cobras scoreboard update. Poland still with a 3-0 lead over Struthers. South Range now 14-0 over Ridgewood. Looks like Ursuline still leads Canfield by a score of 9-7. West Branch extends their lead to 21-7 over the Streetsboro Rockets. Lake Catholic now with a 14-0 lead over Niles. Mineral Ridge leads Rootstown. United trailing Cuyahoga Heights 13-0. Walsh Jesuit 23. Austintown Fitch 7. Fitch playing from behind as well. 2:27 left here. As it'll be Trogio and Isaac LaMorticella back to return for Springfield here on the Repair That Glass kickoff. Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass, offering a full range of automotive glass repairs. For an appointment, call 330-534-3192.
Looks like we're having a fireside chat between Coach Guerrero and the Cap, and kind of don't blame him on that one. I just kind of don't understand that, but that's why we have them out there.
Danville now set for the kick. Again, Springfield will have 2:27 to work here. Trailing 16-0, 2 timeouts. Javier Sica Gonzalez to kick off, 5'6", 170-pound junior. Gonzalez will send this one down the middle of the field, end over end. It'll be Trogio picking up the ball at the 16-yard line, out to the 25. Try to find some room. He'll work his way out the right side and be brought down just short of the 35-yard line. Springfield with 2:19 left and 2 timeouts. We'll try to put something together just before the half.
Owen Gronberg was out on that tackle and got some big cheers from the crowd. Nice return by the Roadrunner. So we just got to get our offense together here. Let's move the ball. Got plenty of time. Let's not make a mistake. We'll make our adjustments at halftime and do a little bit of talking to some of our players.
Outstanding turnout on both sides of the field. Springfield faithful traveling from New Middletown to 2.5 hours to get here to Mount Vernon. This game moved here after the Danville field was not in great condition, as Rourke now will be in the shotgun. Kuboff will be the offset fullback. Low snap. Rourke now picking it up, trying to find his way forward. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. Going to lose 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 12 now for Springfield. Springfield having some uncharacteristic issues tonight that they really haven't had all season.
Yeah, Bozart was right on that. Of course, he fumbled the ball, took some timing off the offense, and he was right there to make the tackle. You're right, Jim. We've got to settle down, get back into our groove, and believe in ourselves, because right now we're just out of sync.
1:47 on a running clock as Guerrero bringing the play from the sideline. Ball at the Springfield 32-yard line. Guerrero and Shealy, the receivers to the far side now. Kuboff, the offset fullback. Rourke now rolling out to the far side. He'll fire out to the sideline and overthrow Shealy. That'll bring up 3rd and 12 now for Springfield. Trying to find Shealy in there between the corner and the safety and just overthrow him.
Yep, he had him. He just couldn't dump it in between, so he overthrew. So 3rd down. We have got to try to get some field position here. It's 3rd and long, because that gives them plenty of time, and we can't afford to get them to go drive down the field and score with a minute so to go in the half.
90 seconds left here in this first half here at Energy Field in Mount Vernon, Ohio. Drew Miller, Shealy, and Guerrero, the receivers to the far side. Hayden Pavlock to the near side. Rourke will be in the shotgun. Off Kosick to his left. Rourke rolling out to the far side. Trying to set his feet, fires, and it's going to be caught near the 44-yard line. We'll see if they're going to say he's just short of the first down. He'll be at the 43. Thought maybe he caught it at the 44, was knocked back. But nonetheless, it's going to bring up 4th and 1 now for Springfield with 1:10 left here. And we'll see what coach chooses to do. As I see Jake O'Donnell and Wyatt Kuboff checking in for Springfield, as well as Dante Gentile. That tells me with just less than a minute here in the second quarter, they're going to go for it.
Put your quarterback under center and get some of those guys to push. That's all you need to do.
Rourke in the shotgun. Shealy in motion. Oh, hand it off to Gentile. Gentile fighting forward. And they're going to say he's short. Now they're going to say, now the officials are adjusting. Could he be close to the first down? We'll wait till clear it out. They'll stop the clock with 40 seconds left. And more than likely have a measurement here as Springfield going, and they're going to say first down Springfield. As the trip receivers now will come out to the near side. That'll be Pavlock, Shealy, and Guerrero. Rourke going right back into the shotgun. Gentile to his right. 1st and 10 now from the Springfield 43-yard line. And we're going to have some movement up front. And I think one of the receivers got a little bit of a head start.
I was going to say the official said offside us, but then he changed it to a legal procedure.
False start against Springfield. That'll make it 1st and 15. Ball now at the 39-yard line. 35 seconds left here. Springfield with 2 timeouts left in this first half. Halftime coming up here in Mount Vernon. Stick around. We'll bring you the scoring recap as well as some scores from around the area on the Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update. Trip receivers to the near side again. Pavlock, Shealy, and Guerrero. Rourke back to pass, sets his feet, fires out to Shealy on the sideline. He'll catch it, get out to the 40, 45, and be knocked out of bounds near the 47-yard line. Get pickup of 8. It'll make it a little bit more of a second down, or manageable second down, as they'll place the ball at the 48-yard line. They'll need to get to the 46 on the other side of the stripe for the first down.
Yeah, well, the key to that is we got 22 seconds before the half. Again, be aware of our passing. Don't take any chances here. It's got to be there.
Miller, Guerrero, Shealy, trip receivers to the far side. Rourke under center. In the shotgun. 3-step drop. Under pressure. And he's going to be brought down in the backfield for another sack with 14 seconds left here. And Springfield is going to take a timeout. They'll bring up 3rd down. And we'll see what coach is going to put together here. A lot of pressure coming from that Danville defense.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. But you can't hold the ball as long as you do, Jim. You got to get it out there. 2.5, 3 seconds. These guys are coming. And the problem lies is you can't hold that ball that long because they're going to be on them. This is a good front 3 that Danville's got, and they're strong, and they're coming. So they got to be short, quick, precise passes. One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, get it out of there.
Top of the hour here in Mount Vernon. We're going to step aside for station identification. You're listening to WRQX AM 600, a Cumulus media station.
WRQX, Salem, Youngstown, Warren. We are AM 600, The Patriot, a Cumulus media station.
14 seconds left here in this half. Springfield trailing by a score of 16-0. Danville getting in the end zone on a 6-yard run and a 77-yard run. Springfield trying to put something together here before the half. They will have to kick off in the third quarter. Rourke now in the shotgun. Gentile to his left. Guerrero and Shealy, the receivers to the near side. Jake O'Donnell, tight end to the right. They'll hand it off. It'll be a reverse. They'll pitch it back to Rourke. Rourke looking for Jake O'Donnell, and he's going to hit, I believe. I thought he hit Bossart in the back with the ball. And he said he caught it. They said Jake O'Donnell caught it off the defender. And Springfield's going to take a timeout with 7 seconds.
Yeah, he took it off his back and was able to get it. So 7 seconds. This has got to go to the end zone. There's no doubt about it. So
we didn't have a great angle because they were so close to the Danville sideline, but apparently that went off the back.
Yeah,
I believe of Briar Bossart. and everybody looked confused except for Jake O'Donnell, who said he caught it.
He said he got it, and the official was right there, so.
All right, so it'll be 1st and 10 now with only 7 seconds left. Ball at the Danville 38-yard line. Springfield might have time for 2 plays if they go quickly. But so far, that has not been the case for them tonight. They've struggled offensively.
Yeah, they have. They've struggled bad. Again, going into right before the second quarter, they had the ball, and it was a great play call, but Coach Guerrero saw something or whatever, and unfortunately, as he's walking in the end zone, a timeout came. So they'll make adjustments. They'll do what they got to do, but they really got to tighten up this offensive line, and the defensive line has got to make plays.
Rourke now in the shotgun. Guerrero will be the receiver to the near side. 3 receivers to the far side now. Ball to Danville, 38-yard line. Rourke spinning around, going to fire to the sideline, and it's going to be dropped by Guerrero at the 30-yard line. It would have only been a pickup of 8, but 2 seconds will be left here before the half for Rourke to take one more shot downfield, and we know he has the arm for it, but you got to hope that nothing turns on you on an interception.
Well, the other thing on this is you got to hope that they block up front to get the receivers down deep enough into the end zone. That's going to be the key to this, because they have got to run. They're going to run 40 yards, so they're going to have 3 seconds to do that if they're going to the end zone.
Aiden Appel checking in receiver now, so it'll be Pavlok, Sheely, and Guerrero to the far side in a trips formation. Rourke in the shotgun, 3-step drop. Under pressure, stepping up. He's going to lose some. Going to fire towards the corner of the end zone, and it's going to be picked off at the 5-yard line, but that will bring us to the end of the first half here in Mount Vernon at Energy Field. Springfield will go into the locker room, trailing Danville by a score of 16-0. And a struggle for the Tigers here in the first half offensively. Didn't start off well as they had to play the field position game. Actually, a couple short fields for Danville. Springfield defense playing strong, Coach, but they can only hold for so long.
Yeah, that's you're right. Problem lies is defensively we're not wrapping them up, Jim. We're making hits in the backfield, but again they're running right through our armed tackles. We have to tighten that up. Now they have not thrown the ball well, but everything has been on a run. So they have really got to change some stuff up and go after these guys.
We're going to step aside for our first time out here during the halftime show. When we come back, we'll give you a scoring recap. We'll take a look at the Cleveland Cobras scoreboard update. All that and more here on the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600. We're back right after this.
Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leagues. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. for your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Now back to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio and AM 600 The Patriot.
Halftime here in Mount Vernon as the Danville Blue Devils take a 16-0 lead over the Springfield Tigers. Scores coming at 56 seconds left of the first quarter on honestly what has been a fantastic night here as Colt DeLauder would go 6 yards into the end zone. They would get the 2-point conversion, and Danville would take an 8-0 lead. With 2:27 left here in the second quarter. It would be Briar Bossart on a 77-yard end-around sweep. He would go all the way to the end zone. They would get another 2-point conversion. Danville would go into the locker room with a 16-0 lead at the half. Springfield having a tough time here putting anything together offensively. Field positioning not good for them during the first quarter. Take a look at scores from around the valley here in week 2 of the playoffs. Harding and Hudson, they are all tied up at 14. And last report, Poland with a 3-0 lead over Struthers. South Range, they're up 21-0 now over Ridgewood. Canfield now with a 13-9 lead over the Ursuline Irish. So Canfield battling the Irish, who have pretty much run through everybody this year. That game being played at Stambaugh Stadium. West Branch with a 21-14 lead over Streetsboro. Over on the PA side, Sharon with a 14-0 lead over Fairview. Hickory, 7-6 lead over General McLean. Lake Catholic with a 21-0 lead over the Niles Red Dragons. Mineral Ridge leads Rootstown. That game being played at the Rover Stadium. Cuyahoga Heights with a 13-0 lead over United. Walsh Jesuit with a 23-7 lead over the Austintown Fitch Falcons. And at last report, Lowville still has a 14-0 lead over Western Reserve. Unless I am mistaken, I do believe over on Western Reserve Radio, Matt Lipsack has the Youngstown Phantoms with a 2-1 lead over the Tri-City Storm. Tri-City Storm, coached by former Youngstown Phantoms coach Tony Noreen. And, of course, the Tri-City Storm GM is Jason Kolar, the former general manager of the Youngstown Phantoms. So welcome back to them. They were great parts of the Youngstown Phantoms as we got involved with them, and certainly we do enjoy seeing them from time to time. I want to thank Ryan Bonacci for sending the scores from the Canfield Ursuline game. Again, Canfield with a 13-9 lead at the half. Coach, a little bit of a surprise there, I would say. You would expect Ursuline to be up. They pretty much had their way for the first 11 weeks, but Canfield not backing down.
Well, you got a good coaching staff out of Canfield, and you know what? If Ursuline did not change some of their offense and they just stuck with what they normally do, teams will catch up to them. So I agree with you with the speed and everything. I really thought that, Canfield might have problems with that, but it's obvious Canfield is leading them and has them figured out. But there's a whole nother half of football, so that could change.
Well, Canfield hasn't gotten the message that they maybe weren't supposed to be in that game. But
yeah.
Coach Pavlansky and crew have the Cardinals well into that one. We're going to step aside for a second timeout. When we come back, we will have the President's Athletic Conference report with Commissioner Joe Underko, and maybe talk a little bit about the undefeated Grove City Wolverines. Of course, you can hear all their games right here on the iMedia One Network. You are listening to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600 The Patriot. We're back after this.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to clevelandcobrasfootball.com, Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825, or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Clark Cup champion!
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Now back to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio and AM 600 The Patriot.
Welcome to the PAC Football Report, covering games on November 4th, 2023. I'm Joe Underco. This week we will look back at Week 9 football action in the President's Athletic Conference, while also previewing Week 10 games on the gridiron this Saturday. Grove City clinched at least a share of the PAC title for the first time in 25 years, improving to 9-0 with a 56-14 home win over winless Bethany. The win also clinched the PAC's automatic bid to the NCAA D3 playoffs for the Wolverines. In other action, Washington and Jefferson won a 38-33 home shootout against Case Western Reserve. Westminster jumped out to a 22-0 third-quarter lead before holding off a huge St. Vincent comeback for a 22-20 final. Geneva captured its third straight win with a come-from-behind 43-29 victory at Waynesburg. Finally, Allegheny downed Teal at home 27-3. Carnegie Mellon had the weekend off. PAC Player of the Week laurels for Week 9 went to W&J junior quarterback Jacob Pugh on offense, sophomore linebacker Ben Bladel of Grove City on defense, and freshman Craig Sonson Jr. of Westminster on special teams. Earning PAC Newcomer of the Week recognition was Allegheny freshman cornerback David Williams. Week 10 again features 5 league contests, while Grove City has the bye week. The slate is highlighted by 7-1 Carnegie Mellon traveling to New Wilmington to face 5-3 Westminster at Harold Burry Stadium at 1 p.m. The Titans hold a narrow 21-20-1 all-time record against CMU. The Tartans prevailed in a 10-0 defensive slugfest in a driving rain in Pittsburgh last season, en route to their second straight PAC title. Veteran Westminster head coach Scott Benzel discusses the state of his program heading into the season's home stretch.
With an opportunity to play against two really good teams, obviously Carnegie Mellon, the record speaks for themselves. We're going to have our hands full with them, and then Geneva is always a tough game. Clearly, it's one of our biggest rivalries. So the message for our players is really simple. You know, we try to just get better and improve each week.
With a bye coming up in Week 11, 3-6 Allegheny will close its 2023 campaign when the Gators travel to Cleveland to battle 6-2 Case Western Reserve at DeSanto Field at 2 p.m. Allegheny has dominated the all-time series 20-9 against the Spartans, but Case has won the last 2 meetings, including a 54-7 final in 2022. First-year Gator head coach Braden Lair talks about the keys for his program to improve as they close one season and start preparations for another.
We're going to put together some playlists of areas for improvement, and that's not necessarily, hey, we could have made a play here, or, you know, this was a missed assignment. It's more, hey, these are weight room clips, right? These are improvements we can make with our strength. These are technique clips, right? Plays that we can make by being better and more sound in what we are trying to do.
Two teams hoping to close the campaign on a positive note will lock horns when 1-7 Waynesburg travels to 0-8 Bethany for a 1 p.m. kickoff at Bison Stadium. It's the 61st all-time meeting in a series that dates back to 1899, with the Jackets holding a 31-22-7 advantage, including a 34-17 win in 2022. Bethany head coach Brandon Robinson knows the importance for both teams trying to get a cherished victory late in the season.
We got to take it day by day, but I do know it would be really important. It'd be really big for the young men in this program to get a win in these next 2 weeks. So I think it'd be huge from a momentum standpoint carrying us into the off season, but we got to prepare the right way and we got to work the right way.
Other Week 10 games include 6-2 W&J traveling to Beaver Falls for a 1 p.m. kickoff at Reeves Field against 4-4 Geneva. Both teams enter the game on win streaks, with the Presidents having won their last 2 games and the GTs entering with 3 straight victories. The teams are meeting for the 70th time since 1891. W&J edged Geneva 24-20 in their last matchup in 2021. Finally, 2-6 Teal travels to Chuck Noll Field in Latrobe to face 2-6 St. Vincent at 1 p.m. The Bearcats hold a narrow 13-11 all-time series advantage and have won the last 7 meetings with the Tomcats, including a 24-16 win in Greenville a year ago. That's all for this edition of the PAC Football Report. Please log on to the conference website at www.pacathletics.org all season long for the latest news, scores, statistics, and other league information. You can follow us on social media via Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. Links are available at the PAC website. I'm Joe Onderco. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the stadium.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football. Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Now back to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game of the week on Western Reserve Radio and AM 600 The Patriot.
Halftime continues here at Energy Field in Mount Vernon, Ohio. Springfield trails Danville by a score of 16-0. And Danville scores in the first and second quarter on a 6-yard run and 77-yard run, respectively. They get 2-point conversions on both. And they go into the locker room with the lead. They will get the ball in the third quarter. You just heard the PAC report here on Western Reserve Radio, Coach. And Grove City on the precipice of a historic season for the Wolverines. They are 1 game away from going undefeated in the PAC. And I believe, if I am, and please, Mark Means, forgive me if I get this wrong, it's been nearly 100 years since that's happened.
Well, I want to say something. Anytime you go undefeated with any team, it's an outstanding achievement. Been a part of that a few times, and it was always my honor because the kids or men played very hard for our staff, and it was always exciting to see them go undefeated, win a championship, win the league, and as I have, and people that know, I have represented all my undefeated teams that are tattooed on my arms and legs, and because that's what I do. I always told them, if we go undefeated, I'll have the helmet emblem or some sort of something. And I've done that, and I've kept my word, and people think I'm crazy, but you know what? That means a lot to me, and that's respect for the coaching staff as well as my team. So it's to do what they do undefeated, especially at a college level, is just it's pretty tough.
Yeah, I don't.
Pretty tough.
And Coach, I don't know if everybody thinks you're crazy. A lot of people might think, but I don't know if everybody.
I think the percentage is way off the charts.
Grove City Wolverines will be on a bye this week. They will round out the season on November 11th as they will travel to Greenville, PA to take on Teal. And they are definitely favored in that one. And just a note from the Gessler Propane studio, in reference to that question, I am told by Matt that it's everybody. Yeah, week 12 here. Springfield makes a 2.5-hour trip from New Middletown down here to Mount Vernon. Danville having to move the game over here due to field conditions there. And, Coach, we were watching a video and saw some pictures as we got here. And the last week they played there, by the time both teams were done playing, they looked like they were wearing the same uniform. And it was hard to tell, I guess, who was who.
That's what you call a quagmire. It was bad. But speaking of this field, it's a beautiful field, a turf field, and it just brings back a lot of memories for me as a Scourge head coach and coaching here. And as a matter of fact, on the scoreboard side, looking at the goalposts, I remember a center that decided that he was going to snap it over my punter's head and into the end zone. And that gentleman happens to be standing to the right of me. And then, of course, I made sure that I called him very gently because I wanted to have a nice little chat with them, and they'll tell you I yelled. I didn't think I did.
Anyway, just for the record, we ended up winning that game. So, yeah, we get to make our trip, our return here to Energy Field here. We'll take a look now at the Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update from around the valley. Some teams running away here in the second half here as Warren Harding and Hudson, they're still all tied up at the half. Poland, with last report, I haven't gotten any updates, still with a 3-0 lead over Struthers. Kind of the game we expected. Again, a 1-point overtime win for Poland over Struthers in Week 10 of the regular season. And that was only because Struthers went for 2 on their overtime possession. Took the chance on that. But nonetheless, they have the rematch tonight in Poland with a field goal over the Struthers Wildcats. South Range now with a 28-0 lead over Ridgewood. Coach, we've followed South Range for several years here, whether it be directly or indirectly, and they have been an outstanding program. Of course, Coach Dan Yeagley retiring last year after the Division V state championship game, in which they won, incidentally. Yeah. And Coach Rock this year has just picked up, and no pun intended, but he's run with the ball, and nothing has changed.
Well, we said it at the very beginning because we kicked off with them against Springfield. And what we said was, at least I said, well, we'll know by the first quarter or first snaps exactly if they skipped a beat or changed anything. And we found out real quick that they did not. And it's a good football team. They got good guys, good players. The school system's amazing. There's a very, very good chance that they could repeat, which is very, very hard to do in high school football.
Yeah, certainly with all the graduation and change they've had in coaching staff. Again, that tells you about the legacy and program that was left behind by the legendary coach, Dan Yeagley. More scores from around the Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update. West Branch with a 21-14 lead over the Streetsboro Rockets at the half. That game being played in Beloit. Niles trails Lake Catholic by a score of 21-7. Mineral Ridge leads Rootstown there. Mineral Ridge coming alive last week here and certainly have a chance to move further in the playoffs. Cuyahoga Heights with a 13-0 lead over the United Golden Eagles. And Coach Walsh Jesuit with a 44-7 lead over Fitch, that at the half. As Walsh Jesuit puts up 44 points in the first 2 quarters. And last report, Lowville with a 17-0 lead over Western Reserve. We got to see Lowville in Week 10. We went to Lowville Stadium there. Number one, an outstanding atmosphere there. So my thanks to the athletic director there, Bob Malone, and all of everybody there. It was just a unique place there, to say the least. And a grass field, and one of now that is the rarity, as opposed to years ago when you and I were doing whatever, where turf was a rarity.
Yeah, that's true.
But again, a very great atmosphere there, and Lowville has done a great job here under head coach Andy Mamula, who incidentally is a teacher at Poland High School.
So
one of my son's favorite teachers there. So I sometimes I get a little bit of the behind-the-scenes looks at what's going on there, depending on how nosy Will wants to get. Of course, I want to say congratulations to Will and Caitlin Hupp as they round out their band season here. So Will on his sports side plays hockey, and on Friday nights he is in the band. So he does a little bit of everything there, Coach. And I believe you have a guy on a staff over there in Poland too as well.
Yeah, not only my brother David, who is the defensive coordinator for the 9th grade program, and he's always in the booth helping out the varsity. He spends a lot of time there. And I want to tell you something. My brother David also said he picked for Cheney High School as a DB, a wide receiver. He was the all-around guy. Not only that, but his son, my nephew Dean, has decided that he wanted to help coach. So he is also a freshman coach who's there on the field helping out. Those are two outstanding individuals. I will brag about my brothers. They're amazing people, and I learned a lot from them, even though I was, at one time, their coach in the 7th and 8th grade. So
it's an interesting dynamic there.
Yeah, it is. I said the biggest thrill of my coaching career was to win the games that I did, but I got to coach my brother Jeff, who was an all-city player for Cheney, and my brother David, who was an all-city player for Cheney, and they were just they're my family. It's just a great bunch of guys, and I love them to death, and they're good people and great coaches.
Well, Coach, you'll love this. If you like a little bit of excitement in games down at the Cavelli Center, downtown Youngstown, Ohio. It is all tied up between Tri-City and Youngstown. Yep. There are penalties galore here. We just had a 5-minute penalty for kneeing, 2 minutes for abuse of an official, and I'll tell you right now, the only thing you can look forward to is tomorrow night in the rematch. So we will be there. We will bring it to you on Western Reserve Radio. Of course, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms, Matt Lipsack, who you often hear on City View Sportscast as the voice of the Mineral Ridge Rams here. Kason Kosick teeing this one up here as we're ready to get this second half underway. Springfield trailing 16-0. They're going to have to kick this off to get this one started. Wesley Payne will be back to return for Danville, as well as Briar Bossart. And this ball is going to be short. Bossart going to pick this one up at the 20-yard line and kind of played with fire a little bit there as Wyatt Kuboff came in and made sure that was down. Looked like he was trying to pick it up, thought better of it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if he'd have picked it off, he would have got cleaned because Kuboff was coming in 4th gear, and he was ready to rock and roll. So that was a good decision. But this right now is probably one of the worst field positions that they've had to start with. So now our defense right now has got to make some plays and tackle.
Ball first and 10 now at the Danville 21-yard line. Weckesser in the shotgun. We'll send Caleb Lucas in motion from left to right. Twin receivers to the near side. Hand off to DeLauder. Pressure at the line. And he'll fight forward for a pickup of about 7 on the play. Cole DeLauder, the 6'3", 215-pound senior. And again, a very tall running back here, but 215 pounds, and it looks like he spent a little time in the weight room.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, they got some good-sized running backs, but again, that's how it goes. But when you get into the playoffs like this, you're going to play the best of the best. So Springfield got to get it done and tackle.
Josh Byers and Nolan Ridgway, the receivers to the near side. Weckesser in the shotgun. Wing right for the Blue Devils. Quick pass out to the 30-yard line, but it's going to be thrown into the turf. Pass was intended for Nate Stevens. And that'll bring up third and two now. All at the Danville 29-yard line.
Springfield has got to stop them right here. Force the punt, and let's get it done here. This is what they need right now. This 3rd and 2, shut them down, play smart football. Because obviously he's not passed well today, but they've run well, so we got to shut them down.
Nate Stevens and Cole DeLauder will be the receivers of the far side now. Weckesser in the shotgun by himself, empty backfield. Weckesser take the snap. He's going to take it himself upfield. He'll get the first down. Out to the 35 and down at the 36-yard line. We have pickup of 7, plenty for a Danville first down, and the Blue Devil drive will continue.
Yeah, we've got to watch that because they like to run that. They run an empty set, and all he does is get the ball, and it's a quarterback draw. And he's relying on his line because what they're doing is spreading our linebackers out. we've got to stay home and be able to fill them alleys.
10:55 left here in the third quarter. Danville with a 16-0 lead. They get 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions. As it will now be Stevens and Aiden Burke, the receivers to the far side. Now Wexler in the shotgun. They'll send a man in motion and around and back. Hand off to DeLauder off the right side. He'll have some contact. He'll pick up a yard on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 9 for Danville at the 37-yard line on the Blue Devil side of the field.
Yep, that was a great job. Our defense finally decided that they were going to have enough. Lucas Totillo rode him on his back, and the rest of them were basically cleaned up. So that was a good job on first down. They only got about a yard on that. So now they get
Bryce Bozart's doing a strange motion. He's going left to right, but then he's going around the quarterback and back.
Yeah, it's almost like you're plant and go. We always called it a return.
So the question is it a setup for something?
Oh, absolutely. So far with that play, all they've done is run dive off of it.
Wexler in the shotgun, DeLauder to his left. He'll take it himself right up the middle. Contact made, but he'll make his way past the 40 down to the 41-yard line. Pick up a 4. It'll be 3rd and 5 now for Danville.
Lucas Totillo on that tackle again. He did an outstanding job wrapping that up. And Kuboff was also on there. So now we got 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5. So now we've got it right now, because I have a feeling from this position they'll probably go for it.
Caleb Lucas now the wing to the right. He'll go in motion from right to left. Wexler in the shotgun. He'll have DeLauder to his right. Twin receivers to the near side. They'll hand off to the narrow side of the field. Past the 50 to the 40 and knocked down inside Springfield territory at the 30-yard line. That's going to bring them up a pickup of 29 yards for Danville. And they're back in Springfield territory.
Yeah, absolutely. Waiting why Kuboff was there on the tackle, but unfortunately it was probably 15 yards down the field. This is a strong running football team, Jim. I'll tell you what, they're getting it done. In Springfield, they got to start buckling up a little bit here.
It's going to be Bozart and Stevens, the receivers to the far side. Wessecker now in motion as it's going to be DeLauder will take the snap. He'll take it straight upfield past the 25 and down near the 22-yard line, a pickup of 8.
Yeah, Aiden Appel on that, and Sean Guerrero. So when they're making tackles, it's getting too many yards. So now we got probably 2nd and maybe a long 3.
And we see Weckester's lined up to the right at the wing, goes in motion. DeLauder taking the snap directly. This time Weckester now back in the shotgun. DeLauder to his left. One receiver to the near side, 2 tight ends. And so hand off to DeLauder on the counter off the right side. And he'll be upended close to a first down. And it might be just short, Coach. Looks like the officials are moving their way in, so he'll be short by a yard. Looks like it might be 3rd and 1 for Danville.
Yeah, that was definitely a good job, and the defense was able to finally step up and plug that hole.
7:52 on a running clock. Third quarter here in Mount Vernon. Danville with a 16-0 lead over the Springfield Tigers. Danville undefeated on the season. Springfield coming in at 8-3. As now it's going to be Bozart under center in the stack formation. They're going to get the Westaker off the left side. He'll fight forward, and he'll get the first down. Weckeser picks up the first down as a tailback in the stack. And again, they're just moving personnel around now.
Yeah, Hayden Pavlik made that tackle, but he got dragged for probably about 3 yards on that. And it's just seems like the offensive line is just kind of pushing our defense all over the place. And when you start getting defensive backs making all the tackles, you've got problems. So this line's got to start tightening up.
Myers and Stevens, twin receivers to the far side. Weckeser now with the handoff off the left side. It'll be DeLauder on the run. He'll be knocked out of bounds by Kason Kosick. He picked up a yard or 2 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down now for Danville.
Yeah, and this is going to be 3. This will be a 4-down territory anyway. So you got 2nd and 10. That was a good job. But now they got to hold here and try not to get them to score, because you go down, obviously they don't have a kicker. So you go down 3 scores with 2 extra points. It's going to be tough to come back.
Myers and Stevens, twin receivers to the far side. Lucas and Bozart to the left. Weckeser, 3-step drop. Up the middle, under pressure, going to slip some tackles. And he'll be brought down. May have lost a yard or two on the play. Jake O'Donnell on the tackle, but I think they'll consider that technically a sack, but depending on where they spot it, he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Bring up 3rd and 10 now, ball at the Springfield 17-yard line, and that was the play the defense needed.
Yeah, and exactly right. Again, they're not doing a good job, and we got
an official's timeout here. Looks like, I believe Walker Weckeser is coming off the field. Looks like he was a little bit shaken up.
Yeah, he's kind of dragging that arm a little bit, Jim, so it looks like he may have got a little bit of a dinger on that one, but they're going to have to look at him.
Weckeser, 6 foot, 195-pound senior, thrown for 18 touchdowns this year, 5 interceptions. He is pretty good with the ball. As now Danville now will have Caleb Lucas now in the shotgun. He'll take it off the left side, trying to work his way upfield. And a flag on the play. He'll be brought down. I apologize. Jacob Hackman at the quarterback now, the 5'10", 170-pound junior for Danville. And it's going to be a hold against the Blue Devils. That will bring that one back. 6:16 left here in the third quarter.
That's exactly what we needed on that one. That was a good job. They got some yardage on it, but, that holding is going to help. So.
And we have another flag on the play, and this is going to come well after the whistle, as the officials now are going to take an official timeout. And all I can think of is this going to be I can't tell where they're pointing here, but something was said after the whistle that the back judge did not appreciate.
Yeah, there was a player that was John, so I think this is going to be 2 penalties. Second one's going to be unsportsmanlike.
So all the officials will congregate at the Springfield 21-yard line. 6:16 left here, third quarter. Danville with a 16-0 lead over the Springfield Tigers. As it stands now, 3rd and 10, ball marked at the 17-yard line. There's a holding penalty against Danville. We do know that. Another flag came out just moments ago, well after the ending of the play. And we'll see what the officials are going to say. They're going to, as they point all over the field. We'll have to wait for the official ruling here from our referee this evening, because it's going to be enforced with a live ball and then dead ball foul.
Yeah, there was some talk in there, so I'm assuming 10 plus 15.
According to our referee, to be holding against Danville. So they will move the ball back. And then a dead ball, as he'll be interrupted here. I think he's looking for the microphone that maybe he couldn't get to work tonight. 6:16 left here. Holding against Danville. We did get that. A dead ball, unsportsmanlike against Springfield. So now they will enforce that penalty going in the other direction. So again, we've seen that in the last 2 or 3 weeks from Springfield. Very uncharacteristic. But again, it comes down to temper control here. And it looks like they're going to place the ball at the 13-yard line. So actually, Danville's going to have a net gain of 4 yards.
But because it's dead ball, that's right.
So, yep, the live ball foul will be enforced, followed by the dead ball foul. And again, that came well after the play was over. So again, some conversation that probably was not well accepted. So 3rd and 6 now, ball at the 13-yard line for Danville, as we're going to have the officials stop the game again.
Well, I think there's a question about where Coach Guerrero is asking about the spot. And I think that's what.
So our head linesman and our referee will have a conversation over on the far side with the numbers. Again, 6:16 left here in this third quarter, as we have this very weird pause for the enforcement of penalties. Take a look at the Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update from around the area. Lowville is still a 17-0 lead over Western Reserve. Fitch trailing a Walsh Jesuit by a score of 44-7. West Branch 21-14 over Streetsboro. No updates from Youngstown here, as Ursuline was trailing Canfield 13-9 at the half. South Range with a 4-touchdown lead over Ridgewood. It's 28-0. And Struthers, they get on the board. They take the 7-3 lead over Poland in the third quarter. Again, that game came down to overtime. The Youngstown Phantoms in the second period, at 7:21 of the second period, they get a goal. They take a 4-2 lead over the Tri-City Storm. And, Coach, I think that one is going to be an excitable one tomorrow night in that rematch. Sounds like there's a lot of penalties there. Abuse of an official. How about that? All right. So our referee now making his way back to midfield. And, okay, he said, let's play football. So 3rd and 6 now. Ball at the Springfield 13-yard line. 6:16 left here in this third quarter. Delauder in the shotgun. Weckesser back in. He's going to take himself up the middle, get tripped up. Inside the 10-yard line, they'll mark it down at the 9. Pick up a 4 on the play. It's going to bring up 4th and 2 now for Danville.
And you know they ain't kicking it, so you know they're going for it. And if Coach Noble was here, I'll tell you right now what he would run.
Jailbreak.
Send it all, because you got nothing to lose right now.
The obligatory Coach Noble mention here. 5:43 left here, third quarter. Danville coming out in a tight formation. Stack. It'll be Bossart under center. Weckesser will be the tailback in the stack formation. Springfield crowding the line. They're going to hand it to the first man through, and they're going to get enough for the first down. And they're going to get the forward progress down to the 5-yard line. So 1st and goal now for Danville. 5:23 left here in the third quarter as the hometown team is enjoying a 16-0 lead over Springfield.
4 yards on the play, 1st and goal Danville.
Out of that stack formation, they give it to the up man. He gets 4 yards on the play. 1st and goal now, ball at the 5 for Danville. Springfield with their backs to the goal line. 5:17 here as the clock continues to run. Bossart under center in the stack formation again. Weckesser, the tailback. They'll give it to him on a pitch to the outside. And they're going to bring him down in the backfield. Hayden Pavlock will bring him down at the 10-yard line. A loss of 5 for Danville. Pavlock making his way into the backfield. Read it beautifully.
Outstanding. Outstanding job. Boy, they need this right now. They need to hold them and get the ball back and drive this field.
.440 left here as we're going to have a stoppage. Again, another official's timeout as Coach Guerrero is making his way out to the numbers and yelling something at the referee, but the referee says we're playing. Clock will begin to run. 4:35 left here, third quarter. 2nd and 10 now, 2nd and goal, ball at the 10 here. Weckesser now in the shotgun. Delauder to his left. He'll send Bossart in motion from left to right. And then back to the left side again to the wing. I have 2 tight ends. And off to Delauder, off the right side. Contact made. He's going to fight his way forward. Flag's going to come in. He'll get inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. Hold the phones. A holding call coming up against Danville. 4:13 left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that was a good call. Looked like they had somebody around the shoulder pads, but that's okay. So this is helping every time. So now it's going to be 2nd down, and we'll see where they're going to put the ball.
Springfield defense trying to hang in there as the ball is now moved back to the 20-yard line. 2nd and goal now, ball marked at the 20. 4:09 here. Clock will begin to run after the enforcement of the penalty. Weckesser now in the shotgun. Delauder to his left. 1 receiver to each side. 2 tight ends. We'll send a man in motion from right to left. That'll be Bossart. Weckesser rolling to his left. Looking upfield. Tries to throw it. Flag on the play. And this one came in from the line judge, and he's initially indicating it's going to be a hold against Danville. We'll see if Coach Guerrero is going to accept it, and he's going to say, no, thank you. We do not want to give him the down over. You called that hold pretty quick, just almost as fast as the official did there, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. That's because when he was running for his life, there was people trying to get through the line, and they were grabbing him and everything else.
Now, if I am Walker Weckesser, I am thankful that they're doing that, so I don't get hit. So 3rd goal now, ball at the 20. As Bossart will split out to the far right. Twin receivers to the near side. Delauder will be the slot to the left. They'll send Bossart in motion, give it to him on the jet motion. He'll try to work his way out the left side. Contact made, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 near the 18-yard line. Aiden Appel and Wyatt Kuboff in on the contact. That's going to bring up 4th down for Danville.
Dante Gentile was over the top too, Jim. He scraped over, and he got there pretty quick. So all 3 of them were there on that tackle. It was a great job.
Dante Gentile, the junior, he'll have 1 more year. He has really exploded here in the second half of the season as a running back.
Yeah. And he's doing it on defense too, Jim. Here we go now.
4th and goal. Ball at the Springfield 19-yard line. 2:45 left here in this third quarter. The Lauder to the left of Weckeser in the shotgun. 1 receiver to the near side, wing to the right. They'll send it in motion. It's going to be a reverse. A pitch back to Weckeser. He's going to fire it out into the end zone. It's going to be knocked away by Sean Guerrero. Pass intended for Josh Byers, the 6', 195-pound junior. But Guerrero knocking that one away. 2:30 left here third quarter. And the Springfield defense stands tall.
I'll tell you what, that was disciplined by the defensive backs. They had nothing to do with that. They kept with their man, and Guerrero makes a great play on this. He cut in front of him, was able to get a hand on there and knock it down. So that was an outstanding job by the defensive backs because it was a double reverse pass, and they were able to keep the ball out of the end zone. So offense, now you got to roll.
One of those plays we saw a couple years ago on their long playoff run, and they pull it out tonight here with 2.5 minutes left. As Rourke now will go into shotgun. Shealy will be the receiver to the far side. We'll have a wing to the right. Jacob O'Donnell will be the tight end to the left. Rourke will plant his feet. Quick pass out to Shealy. Shealy making 1 move. He'll step inside, pick up 3 or 4 on the play. He'll be down at the 24-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, 2nd and 5 now for Springfield.
Yeah, it's great. It was a good one-on-one tackle by the corner. But they were able to, he was able to make the play and get a couple yards. That was Wesley Payne on that one.
So clock will continue to run. 2:05 left here in the third quarter. Springfield with 3 timeouts. Down 16-0 to the Danville Blue Devils. We're in this Division 7 Region 25 playoff. Rourke now under center. Gentile, the running back. They'll hand it off the left side. He'll fight his way forward. Maybe pick up a couple yards on the play. He'll get down to the 29-yard line. Well, they're going to kind of walk it back a little bit here to the 28. He needed to get to the 29 for a first down. He'll be short. It'll bring up 3rd and 1 now for the Springfield Tigers.
Yeah, nothing fancy. Get under center, push him, get the first down. Let's go.
They seem to be more effective under center.
Yeah,
instead of that shotgun.
Well, you know how I feel with shotgun, and you got short yardage. You got to get 6 yards before you get a first down.
Hayden Pavlock will be the receiver to the near side now. Rourke under center. Gentile, the single running back. He'll pitch it out to the far side. He'll cut up, get inside. Past the 30, down to the 34-yard line. That'll be enough for a Springfield first down. 1st and 10 now for the Tigers. They're on 34. 1:05 as the clock will stop. They'll set the markers. Springfield trying to put something together on offense. Had 1 good drive there in the first half. Couldn't convert. Now Rourke will go back under center. I formation. Kuboff will be the fullback. Jake O'Donnell will be the tight end to the left. Dante Gentile, the tailback. Hand off the left side. Fight his way forward. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. May have gotten a half a yard on the play. 2nd down now for the Tigers.
Byers on the stop again. I'll tell you what, this young man, he's all over the field. So we got to get to him. We got to get – I know he's the linebacker, but we have got to be able to chip off and get to him.
Shealy and Guerrero will be tight receivers to the right side. They'll send Pavlock in motion from left to right. Rourke in the shotgun. He's going to roll out to the near side. Fire out to Pavlock. Pavlock trying to get around 1 tackle, and he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. Be a pickup of 3. 3rd and 6 now for Springfield. And it's going to be another official timeout as we're going to play her down near the Danville sideline. Five seconds left here, third quarter. Danville with a 16-0 lead. Springfield trying to find a way to drive down here to put something on the board. Again, Coach, if you can get into the end zone at 16-8, your play calling changes. The way you coach it changes. And it's really a big deal for them at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to be this way, but you got the ball on about the 38-yard line, and you've got to go for it on fourth down. You got to, depending on what you get here, because you're going to run out of time if you don't. So you got to go down there, keep digging away, and you've got to do what you got to do.
Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update, Coach. Struthers takes a 14-9 lead over Poland. And a couple of scores pulling away now. South Range with a 35-0 lead over Ridgewood. The Catholic with a 21-7 lead over Niles. Cuyahoga Heights 19, United nothing. Austin Town to the end zone, but they still trail by a score of 44-14. And Lowville shutting out Western Reserve by a score of 25-0. And that is the end of the third quarter here in Mount Vernon. Danville with a 16-0 lead over Springfield. We're going to step aside for a timeout. You're listening to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600. We're back after this.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192.
Now back to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio and AM 600 The Patriot.
On fourth down every time. You can't stop. You just can't stop that. I mean, he's 6 foot, whatever, and he's going on a quarterback sneak. You got a half yard. Just, lean for God's sakes. That's a good job by that line. They were able to push. That's all they need. Just keep getting first downs.
Rourke, 6'3", 200 pounds, using all of that. As they will mark the ball at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 now for Springfield. Rourke now in the shotgun, one receiver to each side. Wing to the left, 2 tight ends for the Tigers. Handoff to Kosick. Kosick working his way forward, and he'll work his way to the 49-yard line. Pick up a 4, be 2nd and 6 now for Springfield.
Again, that's a good job. Now we're running the ball. We got 6 yards to go. That's a good 4-yard pickup. Let's get it done now. Let's keep grinding it out. Got plenty of time to get back into this football game.
Shealy will make his way to the sideline. A little worse for the wear, as Drew Miller will make his way back onto the field. Drew Miller, the senior. We'll go one receiver to each side. Rourke in the shotgun. 3-step drop. Fires out to the right to the sideline. It's going to be caught. We'll see where they're going to mark it, and that's going to be at the Danville 44-yard line. That'll be enough for a Springfield first down and a fantastic catch to the sideline. And Sean Guerrero on the catch. Kind of coming back on that arrow route, Coach.
Yeah, and what's nice about that is he was out of bounds, stopped the clock. First down, stop the clock. That's great.
10:01 left here, third quarter. Danville with a 16-0 lead. Springfield maybe with their best drive of the night. You look over scoreboard update. Mineral Ridge still leads Rootstown by a score of 7-0. As Rourke now in the shotgun. They'll send Kuboff in motion left to right. Hand up on the counter, and he's going to be met in the backfield. Caleb Lucas on the tackle. They're going to lose a couple of yards on the play. Jason Kosick had no hope on that one. 9:50 of the fourth quarter.
No, absolutely not. Lucas just shot a gap. Somebody did not pick up. And when that happens, he just blew it up in the backfield. He's lucky he didn't make the handoff.
Caleb Lucas, 6'2", 215-pound junior. He'll have an entire senior season here to go as Sean Guerrero bringing the play from the sideline. We'll call it 2nd and 11 now. Ball at the Danville 45-yard line. Guerrero will be the receiver to the far side. Shealy to the near side. Kuboff will be the wing to the left. Rourke in the shotgun. He'll plant his feet. Look downfield. No receivers open. He's got to tuck and run and get to the outside. Still looking downfield. He's going to fire, and he's got Shealy, and it's going to overthrow him. That was going to be Wesley Payne on the coverage for Danville. Rourke doing a good job extending the play, but just couldn't get into the hands of his receiver.
Yeah, they're too quick. These linebackers see him come out of the pocket. Linebacker on this side just comes upfield, and he's ready to go. So he keeps him inside, and he keeps forcing him, and therefore he's not going to be able to turn his shoulders and square up.
9:07 left here in this fourth quarter. And what was there a penalty on this? I just saw the official indicate that there was looked like pass interference. I didn't see the flag, Coach.
I did not myself.
They are moving the ball to the Springfield 30-yard line. So, okay.
I didn't see a flag. I didn't see a flag.
The first time I saw it was while the referee was standing near the Springfield huddle. As Drew Miller now will go to the far side, twin receivers to the near side. Rourke in the shotgun. 9:07 left here, fourth quarter. Rourke now planting his feet, looking downfield, trying to direct traffic, and he'll go out of bounds right near the 30-yard line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down for Springfield.
Yeah, he can't get away from the run. Again, take a chance on first down to try to throw, but you're in good field position. You've been running the ball. You've been doing well with that. Got to keep trying to run the ball because they are doing a great job in the defensive back covering our guys and giving them really nothing.
2nd and 10 now. Ball at the Danville 30-yard line. 8:58 left here, fourth quarter. The Blue Devils with a 16-0 lead over Springfield. Rourke now in the shotgun. He'll plant and throw to Shealy. Shealy will be wrapped up, and he'll slip the tackle, but he will not get away from the second attempt from DeLauder. He'll be brought back to the 35-yard line. It'll be a loss of 5. 3rd and 15 now for Springfield.
Again, that's those linebackers. I'll tell you what, they're flying all over, and they are fast. So he was able to come from his middle linebacker position and scraped all the way across and belted them and got nothing.
Springfield in 3rd and long again. 8:27 left here in this game. Tigers trail by a score of 16-0. Rourke now will make his way from the sideline. He'll be on the near hash mark here, moving from right to left. Guerrero will be the receiver to the far side. Shealy to the near side. Kuboff, wing left. Tight end to the left side to be Jake O'Donnell. Rourke, 3-step drop. He's going to plant. He's going to fire out to the right. And it's going to be incomplete. Ball is intended for Sean Guerrero. Tight coverage by the Danville Blue Devils. And that's going to bring up 4th down now for Springfield.
Yeah, that was a great job by Nate Stevens. He was all over him. He blanketed him, and so now you got 4th and 15, and they got to get a first down. 8:04, not good.
Couldn't take advantage of the pass interference penalty that, quite frankly, we didn't see. 8:04 left here in this game. Hayden Pavlock and Sean Guerrero will be the receivers to the far side. It'll be Shealy and Drew Miller to the near side. Rourke in the shotgun. Gentile to his right. Rourke planting his feet, fires over the middle. He's looking for Shealy, and it's going to be knocked away. Beautiful defensive play by Jacob Hackman for the Danville Blue Devils, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. Danville will take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, it was ball was right there. That just was a great defensive play, and he knocked the ball away. A little bit I just don't. I would have liked to seen them try to run a little bit more instead of all this passing, because you stop the clock, gives them the opportunity to go down and score again. But, again, you got to try to stop them here.
Time soon to become the issue. 7:57 left here in this game. Twin receivers to the far side now. Weckeser in the shotgun. He'll send man in motion. Hand off to DeLauder off the right side. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be Wyatt Kuboff on the tackle.
Yeah, he comes screaming down the line of scrimmage and was able to make that tackle. So that was a great job by Kuboff.
Incidentally, we got to speak with his grandfather several times here. We didn't get to speak with him tonight as we are on the home side. So we hope you're enjoying the game, other than the score.
Yeah.
It's going to be Stevens and Bossart, the receivers to the far side. Will send Bossart in motion. They'll hand it off to DeLauder on the counter. He's going to make it past the 40. Midfield. Aiden Appel, the only one with an angle to get him. He's making it inside the 20. 10, 5. Touchdown, Danville. And they're going to take a 22-0 lead over Springfield. 64 yards on the touchdown. And this is going to be a tough one for Springfield to dig out of.
Yeah, I don't think they have the time, Jim. They haven't been able to run the ball at all. And, they have been able to run the ball, but they haven't been able to pass. And you're not going to be able to grind it out. I just think that they would have I would have preferred them to try to keep running the ball to get down. Yes, it's eating some of the clock. But the defensive backs for Danville have really covered our wide receivers quite well. And not only that, he's had so much pressure. So let's see what we got here. 2-point conversion.
Bossart now under center in stack formation. Again, Weckeser, the tailback. They'll give it to Walker Weckeser. He'll throw it into the end zone, and it's going to be caught by Caleb Lucas. And it's going to make it 24-0 Danville. Springfield with 7:38 left here in their season with 3 timeouts. And they've got a lot of work to do and a little bit of time to do it in.
Yeah, unless something really collapses. But this is a good football team. I'll tell you what, Danville can make some waves. I mean, they are solid offensively and defensively. My only concern to them would be is if they figure out, if another team figures out how to shut that run down, will he be able to pass? Because he hasn't passed quite as well as I thought he would. So, but this is a good football team, and they, I think, could go deep.
7:38 left here in this game. 24-0 is the Danville lead. We're going to step aside for station identification. You're listening to WRQX AM 600, a Cumulus media station.
WRQX, Salem, Youngstown, Warren. We are AM 600, The Patriot, a Cumulus media station.
$7:38 left here with the Repair That Glass kickoff. Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass, offering a full range of automotive glass repairs. For an appointment, call 330-534-3192. Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update. Ursuline with a 16-13 lead over Canfield. 5 minutes left in that game. As this one's going to go down the center field to Noah Trogio at the 20. He'll bring it up 25-30. Trying to work his way forward. 35. Making it near midfield. He's got one guy to beat. And it's going to be Caleb Lucas that's going to knock him out of bounds inside the 20-yard line on the Danville side. That's going to set Springfield up with 7:26 left here and an outstanding return by Noah Trogio.
Tell you what, I will say it. He's the road runner. He is such a great runner. And them legs are going 500 miles an hour, and he was very patient. And when he needed to find that hole and get to it, he grabbed the gear and he ran away from people. So we've got to get this. Let's be patient. Let's score and get it done.
So they'll mark the ball officially at the 20-yard line. They'll say he went out of bounds there. So 7:26 left here in the game. 1st and 10 for Springfield. Aiden Appel and Sean Guerrero will be the receivers to the left side. Rourke in the shotgun. Gentile in the backfield. Rourke back to pass. Trying to find somebody downfield under pressure. And he'll be brought down at the line of scrimmage. May have lost a yard on the play. Clock will continue to run with 7:16 left here in the 4th quarter. Second down now for the Tigers. 3 timeouts left for Springfield.
Their defensive backs have been blanketing our receivers. They are not open at all. And we're trying to get the football to them, but unfortunately, with the pass rush and with the coverage, we keep losing yards.
Guerrero, the receiver, to the far side now. Sheely to the near side. 2nd and 11, ball to 21. Rourke plants his feet. He throws out to Sheely. Sheely caught it at the 16-yard line, and he'll be knocked back a few yards, but they'll give him the 17. It'll be a pickup of 4. 6:35 left here as we get our first final of the night. South Range shuts out Ridgewood by a score of 35-0 in the Division 5 playoffs.
That's a good football team. That's a team that could run the table again.
That's a great program over there, and they've done an outstanding job building that. In terms of longevity, Coach, I mean, that's it's been a consistent type program as Pavlock and Guerrero will line up to the right side. Sheely now moving from the left to right. Rourke rolling out under pressure, and he's going to be brought down at the 30-yard line. Going to be a loss of 13 on the play, and now it's going to be 4th down for Springfield. Rourke has been under pressure all night as they mark it officially at the Danville 29-yard line.
They brought both linebackers, and they're just not enough to block when they're rushing 5 and sending 2. And we've got 5 men out front blocking. There's just not enough to pick all those guys up, and they had a free run at them. So now we got 4th and a mile.
The secondary doing a great job of taking away the options for Colton Rourke. As now a trip receivers to the far side. It'll be Pavlock, Sheely, and Guerrero. Rourke in the shotgun. Gentile to his right. Rourke stepping back, fires over the middle. Caught by Pavlock at the 10. He'll slide his way back into the 5 and knocked out of bounds near the 4-yard line. They'll get plenty for the first down. It's 1st and goal for Springfield, 5:07 left.
Yeah, that was a great job. I mean, he got open, but that was a great run to try to get the first down and then get as many yards as you can. Now, run the ball. Run the ball. You got short yards.
Yards after the catch for Hayden Pavlock. Coming up big. 5:07 as the clock will stop. 1st and goal now. Ball at the Danville 5-yard line. Gentile in to the left. Rourke in the shotgun. Pavlock, the receiver to the far side. Kuboff, the wing to the right. Ball on the turf. And it looked like Springfield's going to recover it. Clock will continue to run here, 4:58. And again, some uncharacteristic issues Springfield having tonight that we haven't seen all year.
You know, they've only had one other not so good game. We'll call it a bad game, not so good. They just haven't, it just didn't click for them today. Their offense was off. Everything was off a little bit. They fought, but unfortunately, Danville is a quality football team, and you're going to read about them because I think they'll go places.
Rourke now in the shotgun. Gentile to his left. Guerrero will be the receiver to the near side. He'll throw it into the corner of the end zone, looking for Sean Guerrero. Contact, flag on the play.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be half the distance. They'll mark this ball. 2nd and goal at the 4. 4:20 left here. Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update, Coach. Mineral Ridge now with a 14-2 lead over Rootstown. That game in the 4th quarter.
Oh, the fans here are complaining about but he was draped all over him and pulling him down. And there was no way he could catch that ball. So, absolutely, that was a good call.
Did you say that was a good call by the officials, Coach?
That I will.
Okay.
Well, I mean, when you drag a receiver down and the ball's in the air, that's a good call by them.
I have to appreciate those brief moments.
Yeah, well, they're usually wrong, but that's okay.
Rourke under center. Gentile, the sole running back in the backfield. Kuboff in motion, right to left and back to the right. They'll give it to Gentile. Gentile fighting forward. And he's going to pick up a couple of yards. He's going to come up short. Now they'll see he went down at the 3-yard line. So 2nd and goal now. Ball at the 3. 4:02 in this game. Springfield trails by a score of 24-0.
Well, you know what's going to happen, Jim. They're going to load up that center of that. So we'll see what they got. Because those linebackers are going to be up tight, and yeah, they are.
Drew Miller, the receiver to the far side. They'll send Kuboff in motion right to left, and then back to the right. He'll pitch it out to Gentile. Gentile cutting up into the end zone. Touchdown, Springfield. 3:34 left here in this game. And Gentile takes it in on a 3-yard touchdown run. That cuts the deficit to 24-6. But, again, not a lot of time to go here for the Tigers.
Yeah, 3:34. I hate to say it, Jim. It's not a whole lot of time to be able to get, 4 scores.
Springfield will go for 2. Three and a half minutes left here. Potentially in the season for Springfield. And Rourke will take the snap. And do we have a timeout?
Prior to the snap, delay of game against the
So
Tigers.
they're going to have a delay of game again, a call against Springfield. Again, we got play clocks right here in the end zone. We did not pay attention to that ourselves, and apparently that Springfield did not either.
Yeah. Well, usually we just get it in there, do what you got to do, and get it done. But
Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update. Coach Ursland gets the interception. They lead Canfield 16-3 with 2 minutes left in that game. Rourke now in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the far side. Gentile will be in the backfield. As Rourke will plant his feet, he'll fire into the corner of the end zone, and it's going to be tipped away. So no conversion on the play. Ball knocked away by Wesley Payne. Danville will maintain a 24-6 lead here with 3:34 left in the Tiger season.
Yeah, I can't say enough that this is a very, very good football team. So this team could do it. This team could take it to it. So we shall see. Now, who will they face, Jim, of the winner of the, I'm assuming, Lowville?
I believe they're going to face the winner of the Lowville Western Reserve game right now. Lowville with a 25-0 lead over the Western Reserve Blue Devils. So that matchup most likely not happening between the two Blue Devil teams. Other scores from around the area, Coach. Walsh Jesuit 51, Austintown Fitch 14. Cuyahoga Heights pulls away. It's 26-7. They lead United. Lake Catholic 28. And Isles 7 as we get ready for the Repair That Glass kickoff. Hudson takes a 17-14 lead over Harding. Struthers 14-9 over Poland. Again, South Range with the first final of the night, 35-0 over Ridgewood. Ursuline with a 16-13 lead over Canfield. Ursuline gets the interception with 2 minutes left. And West Branch, they have a 3-point lead now over Streetsboro, 24-21. The Rockets working their way back. That could be a close one.
Well,
Kason Kosick setting us up for the Repair That Glass kickoff. Accidents happen. That's why you need to Repair That Glass, offering a full range of automotive glass repairs. For an appointment, call 330-534-3192. Excuse me, that's going to be Jake O'Donnell kicking off for Springfield. Of course, they're probably looking for the onside as that ball is going to roll, and it's in the pile. We'll see who comes out with it, but it looks like Danville is going to pick this up at the 44-yard line. 3:34 left here in this game. Springfield has 3 timeouts, but time definitely becoming the most prominent enemy of the Springfield Tigers. It'll be 1st and 10 now. Ball marked at the Danville 40-yard line after the onside kick attempt. Jake O'Donnell replaced Kason Kosick on that one.
well, they said he touched it on the kickoff, Jim, so I'm not sure.
Actually, they said he touched it at the Springfield 49-yard line. So
Right,
they're going to move that forward. And it will be Weckeser now in the shotgun. You'll have DeLauder to his right. Bossart, wing right. They'll send a man in motion from left to right. Hand off to DeLauder off the left side. He'll fight his way forward and be brought down inside the 45 and down to the 43-yard line. We have pickup of 6 for Danville.
We have a penalty.
And as a wise man once said, hold the phones.
Yeah.
I always wanted to say that.
Did you?
I did. I heard it enough.
Yeah, so did we.
Booming voice there at Stanbaugh Stadium. So penalty is going to be against Springfield. Didn't catch the initial indication there.
I got nothing.
Okay, so nonetheless, the ball will move it'll be a personal foul. It's going to move all the way down to the 28-yard line, maybe 28. So 1st and 10. Ball now at the Springfield 28-yard line. Ruckus are now in the shotgun. Blotter to his left. Tight formation to the right side. 3:23 left here in the game. Hand off to DeLauder. He'll run it forward. Get inside the 15. And he'll get into the end zone for the Danville touchdown. 28 yards. And I believe that's going to be Aiden Burke on the 28-yard touchdown.
Yeah, they just ran right at him, Jim. I mean, it was nothing fancy. Coach isn't doing anything. He's just running through the left side, and it just opened up, and unfortunately, they scored without even being touched. 2-point conversion here.
30-6 is the score. Danville with the lead. Weckeser now in the shotgun. He'll have Burke to his right. Give it to Burke off the left side and into the end zone. And Danville will take a 32-6 lead with 3:15 left here in the fourth quarter. And that, Coach, could be the nail in the coffin of the season of the Springfield Tigers.
Well, Jim, you say it could be, but I got to believe it is, because you're not going to make that deficit up with 3:15 to go. So, again, it was an outstanding job by Springfield. They had some bumps in the road. It's a good football team. But I'll tell you what, Danville, that's a great football team. They're going to go places. Well, I'll tell you what, they are so well balanced, and they get after it, and they are precise. So I think any team that plays them, it's going to be ugly.
Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update down at the Cavelli Center. It is not over. Phantoms lead the Tri-City Storm by a score of 4-3. Third period coming at 5:48 here, so some time left down there. And again, if you like hockey, you want to see some. And even if you don't like hockey, you just want to see some action. Tomorrow night, the Tri-City Storm and the Phantoms will meet again. 330-747-PUCK, 747-7825. Great seats still available. Affordable family fun. So we love our Phantoms here at the iMedia One Network. What a blast. As Ruckus are actually going to kick off for Danville. This one's going to go straight down the middle. Aiden Appel going to pick it up at the 30-yard line. Kind of bobbled it, but he's going to get to the outside. Try to find some room to run, work his way towards the 40, and be knocked down out of bounds at the 40-yard line on the Springfield side. 3:06 left here in this game.
I'll tell you what, Bozard, he's another one. He's got speed, and he's a thick young man. He's got some thick thighs on him, and he can move. So it's a very quick, physical football team.
And I just like you, I'm going to be interested to see how they progress through the Division 7 playoffs. Of course, they'll take on Lowville next week. It's going to be a tall task for the Rockets.
Oh, yeah.
They'll have to head down here as Rourke now in the shotgun. Shealy in motion left to right. They'll hand it off to Gentile. Gentile fight his way forward for a yard. And he'll be brought down. May have gotten 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 now for the Tigers. 2:55 left here in week 12 of this season. 2:50 left here in the season of Springfield. Drew Miller will bring into play from the sideline. 2:39 left here. 32-6 is the score. Danville with the lead. As Sheila will be the receiver to the far side. Drew Miller to the near side. Luboff will be the wing to the left. He'll go in motion from left to right. He'll pitch it out to Gentile. Gentile trying to find the corner. He'll bring it out past the midfield stripe, fight his way forward into Danville territory, and be brought down at the 47-yard line. It'll be a first down for Springfield. 2:19 left here in this game.
Yeah, what I like about Danville, I'll tell you what, they get after it, but all aspects, all phases of their game are solid. These kids really, really are getting after it. They're hungry. You can see the difference here. Again, well coached, well balanced.
Cleveland Cobra scoreboard update. It's a final. The Ursuline Irish get the 16-13 win over Canfield. They'll move on. Rourke back to pass. Fires out to the flats. That's going to be Sheely on the drop at the 40-yard line. 1:55 left on the clock. Flags coming in. And we were watching the play forward. Don't know what happened back here as the officials will take a timeout. One guy down for Springfield. See where the flags are going to go here. Quite frankly, flags inconsequential at this time. With under 2 minutes left to play, Springfield trails 32-6. And it's going to say a personal foul against Springfield. I'll knock him back 15 yards of frustration setting in for the Tigers.
Yeah, they just have to pick your chins up, play football, and let's just do what we need to do.
Coming up tomorrow night, 6:45 airtime, 7:05 puck drop. The Youngstown Phantoms will host the Tri-City Storm in Game 2 of the weekend. Phantoms now leading Tri-City by a score, or excuse me, Tri-City. There we go. I got it right. By a score of 4-3. Be great to see Tony Noreen again here. He did some great things with the Phantoms. He was here during the time when we had Kyle Connor and some of the other NHL stars that have moved on from Youngstown.
Yep.
Rourke now in the shotgun. Sheely and Guerrero, the wide receivers to each side. Wing right for the Tigers. 2nd and 25, ball at Springfield 37. Rourke going to plant his feet. Throw out to the sideline, and he's going to overthrow Guerrero into the Tiger bench. We'll stop the clock with 1:50 left here in this game. I guess this is the point where we can say thank you to everybody who has supported Western Reserve Radio, WRQX AM 600 this season here. We enjoy bringing you this every week. It is the best 3 hours of our week. Look forward to spending time with my good friend, the Coach Bob Gessler. And stay tuned to our social media. Who knows what's going to turn up as we progress through the playoffs. Trip receivers to the near side now. 3rd and 25, ball to 37. Rourke back to pass. Fires over the middle. And he's going to throw that behind Guerrero. Bring up 4th down for the Tigers, potentially. Could be the last offensive play for Springfield here in 2023. Of course, I want to thank our sponsors, starting with Jerry Sandrock and Sandrock Concrete, who has been with us for 3 years now. His unwavering support is appreciated as Springfield will come on to punt. I want to thank Jesse Caldwell and the Cleveland Cobras football program. We love covering them. We have them here in the spring and summer. Adam Rogerson, head coach there, doing a great job up in Cleveland. We have a lot of fun with that. Austin Maludik and Maludik Live. Austin Maludik is everywhere.
Yes, indeed.
Guerrero's going to get this one away. And they'll just let this one hit and roll past the 20, inside the 15, and down to the 14-yard line. I want to thank Repair That Glass. Of course, the most attention-getting probably commercial we play here at that Shattering Glass. Dave loves that. Certainly want to thank them. And, of course, Lena's Pierogi House in Hubbard is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Visit Lena's Pierogi House on Facebook to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine in or carry out. Call 234-254-8532. I can't get used to that 234 area code. But Lena's has been our fourth quarter sponsor all season. We have been out there. It is the real deal. She's not just a sponsor. She's a stop now. As we've gotten other people to go out there, including the professor, Ryan Briggs. He took the crew out there. And has a great spot in Hubbard. Plan on taking my better half out there. My son loves pierogi, so all kinds of flavors, too. The only problem is you can't eat them before the game, as Danville now going to be in victory formation. Will take a knee. 1:35. Here's the clock. Will continue to run. And she actually come out and met us and everything else for dinner. And hopefully we'll have her back here next year. As it's a good thing we didn't have those tonight. That'd be a long drive home with those pierogies just sitting there. And makes you warm and tired.
Yeah, you got to get us home safe.
And what is that other? What's that other thing that you?
Chicken paprikash.
That's it. That's the one I can't say. So 2nd and 11 now. Danville will take 2 more knees here to make it official. They'll get the 32-6 win over the Springfield Tigers. Springfield will end their season with a record of 8-4. And overall, a successful season for the Springfield Tigers under head coach Sean Guerrero. We want to, of course, thank Athletic Director Bob Beam at Springfield, head coach Sean Guerrero for playing along every week. He's made time for our own Mark Means to give us some insight as to what's been going on in the program. And again, you can't ask for much more than that. And of course, Bob, we would be so remiss if we didn't thank our crew back in the Gessler Propane studio. Brandon Fisher, my brother Matt Craven, and of course, the man himself, FFID Dave Ferris, as the time will run down here and the Springfield season will come to an end. Danville will get the 32-6 win over the Tigers. And overall for us here at the iMedia One Network, a successful season. We've had a lot of fun. And as Tim Continenza always likes to say, it is the fastest 10 weeks of the season, and there has never been truer words spoken.
And you know the nice thing? We didn't get rained on, and we didn't get snow this year.
Well, I don't know, Coach. It has never rained or snowed in any press box I've been in. So.
Well, I understand that. I get that. But we've been into some cold press boxes and a lot of snow and traveling back and forth. I want to thank you for having me, as always. I really, really enjoy this. We try to keep it fun, but informative. We try to do the best we can, and I appreciate it at my office and having you guys there.
I would save that until I get you all the way home first.
Okay.
And of course, we don't want to forget anybody from Cumulus Media over in Youngstown. Bill Kelly, Charlie Conley, Ben Slagle for working with Dave on plugging things in and making things work. And, sometimes we don't always know how it's going to work out, but those two seem to make it work. And we're so appreciative that they allow us to have their airways and trust us with them. And that means an eternity to all of us.
And you know who else we never thank? Our wives and girlfriends for letting us do this and be away from home and being able to get away for a couple hours so we can act silly on the radio.
No, my wife says thank you for being gone on Friday nights. She enjoys the games with my son Will over at Poland High School. Of course, that game still in progress. We're going to step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we're going to wrap it up here one final time here in the 2023 season. You are listening to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week here on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600 The Patriot. We'll be back after this.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Now back to the Sandrock Concrete High School football game.